motor running. Head out on the highway, looking for adventure. And whatever comes our way, yeah, gotta go make it happen. Take the world in a loving embrace. Fire all of the guns and pumps and explode into space.
You understand? What up, world? Welcome to the Fives the League podcast, episode 92, SummerSlam edition. So we got some special guests in the building. We got my boy Lotto over here with Fly with Lotto.
You know it.
My boy Kari over here.
What's going on?
What up, Oos? And then my boy Gumpzilla, Big Al.
The only undisputed SWA World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh, yeah.
That's till I take it from you sometime in the near future. But with that being said and whatnot and what have you, excited to have you guys here to rap about the show. Big show downtown Detroit this weekend. I know three of the four of us are going. I'm disappointed you're not going.
Well, at least I can at least get the aspect of it coming from the home side, I guess. So
yeah, for sure.
It'll be all right.
That is always a different dynamics. You get the announcers, but
yeah,
it should.
But
be
I do
hype.
expect that. I expect to hear like that crowd to be like super crazy when everybody comes out.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm expecting Detroit to really represent on Saturday.
You know it will. I got to go acknowledge my tribal chief. Throw your ones up.
Except for last month.
Listen, all I gotta say is this is like probably the most exciting time of my life. I've done some pay-per-view events or whatever they call it now, premium live events. This is going to be amazing. SummerSlam in Detroit, ready to go. Boy, you're going to miss out. Gump, I was disappointed you're not coming, but now we're going to have a good time. We're all sitting really close to each other, so we're all going to be right there looking at each other, but I can't wait.
The last time we had a big event like this, at least I got a chance to go, and that was WrestleMania 23.
Yep.
So, and at least I got to, do that.
Yeah.
Eventually, one of these days, I'll get to a SummerSlam.
Hopefully they have a WrestleMania here again.
Yeah.
I want that.
I think if this goes well, obviously it has been. Like, wasn't it the fastest first week or whatever?
Yeah,
so
that was
pretty quick.
Yeah, so I mean, if this goes really well, I'm sure they'll be back because this is always. We were talking before we got on air about how great this wrestling city this really is.
Well, it actually used to be one of the towns that they would stop.
Oh yeah,
when back in the old like WWF days. Mm-hmm. It was always like I think after Christmas in particular they were always here for like. I think New Year's.
Yeah.
The very first one I ever went to was New Year's Eve 1993 or New Year's Day 1993 was my very first show.
Nice.
The main event was Brett and Ric Flair for the world title.
Oh, so it was huge.
Oh,
damn!
Don't get much bigger than that.
Yeah,
I mean,
I wasn't even born yet.
Yeah, you're young bucks. You might be a little bit behind us on some of this stuff, but it's all right. We're all fans, and we're all gonna chop it up. So the biggest party of the summer, fellas. I'm going to just go around the table and just ask you guys a few questions. So I'll start with you, Al, since you're furthest to the left. Who is your favorite wrestler, period, of all time?
Oh, easy. Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
What's
the main reason?
Probably because he's the one that I can remember the most and probably like the first person I can remember when I got into wrestling. Remembering Hulk Hogan. I had everything... Hulk Hogan. I'd ask my parents for Hulk Hogan memorabilia. I remember one time I was in Birch Run and going up to my grandpa and asking if he could buy me a Hulk Hogan camera. So it's always going to be Hogan.
Yeah. Shout out to Andy for getting me that autographed picture of Hogan and Warrior right there. Yeah. Pretty dope. Hulk is just, synonymous with wrestling. You know what I mean? Just the face. He's got to be on that Mount Rushmore, even if you're not his biggest fan, he's got to be there. You know what I mean? He put it on the map back in the 80s. So.
Absolutely.
So, Kari, how about you?
Man, that is a tough question. I thought you was going to ask me like top 5, top 10. I could give you like 50 wrestlers that I love. But to be honest, if favorite wrestler of all time, man, I got to go with The Undertaker.
Wow. That's a good one.
I like it.
And even with me saying that again, like I feel like I can go with a billion other ones, but The Undertaker and that streak, that was, my thing. And I remember seeing the streak in college, and I remember sitting there with my friends, and one of them had his girlfriend who was not really into wrestling, and we were telling her how, hey, this guy never loses. And she's like, well, what's the point of that? And then I remember Brock hit that F5 and they counted 3. And like, we were just all, and she says, I guess.
Was that you then with the shocked eyes? Was that you?
Was me. That was me.
Man, come on, man. You got a black guy here. Doesn't mean.
Oh my gosh. No, I wasn't even going there.
I know.
Overweight black guy with glasses, man, I'd take it. Because that literally was me. Like,
that was probably you.
And I blamed my friend's girl. I was like, dude,
You jinxed it.
She jinxed it. She jinxed it. She ruined the streak.
It was her fault. Don't ever bring her back.
Is your friend still with that girl?
No.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. After that day, I don't think
sense now. It all makes
she left the next day. She's like, are they wrestling fans? Forget it.
His boy broke up with the girl the very next
right
day.
next day. How dare you?
Relationship. I said,
My boy was crying for the Undertaker.
Me or her.
I swear, I was so shocked when that happened because like it's been going for so long, and the magnitude of it. You know what I'm saying? And everybody was shocked. We're like, what the? What did we just see?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think it put Brock into just of course, a really big heel, but just into a different, he just went up another level there. So with Undertaker doing that, he had, even if he lost a match, of course, we're not going to go 25-30-0, right? It needed to end, and I think it ended at a perfect time because nobody thought it would end.
Well, also knowing the backstory, how he was struggling physically,
absolutely,
being concussed during that match, it all just kind of made sense after the fact.
See, I kind of always thought though that if it was going to happen, it should have been like Shawn Michaels a couple years ago or Triple H. If he didn't lose it with those two.
See, I'm going to disagree with that. I think if they were really going to do a passing of the torch as far as like evil characters, it should have been Bray Wyatt. I think that would have been the perfect passing of the torch. I mean, you couldn't write a better script because he was the next guy.
Right.
And granted, obviously he's been tough to work with. He's got his issues and stuff, but that would have ascended him into the next generation.
I agree.
But, okay, Aldo, how about you?
For me, it's Savio Vega. No, I'm joking. Tatanka. I mean,
I wasn't going to let that slide. Like, dude, really? Really?
I'm fucking around. I think we talked about it even last time when we did this, and I think we were able to name 5. Like, this is tough to name one. It's easy because I told you guys who my favorite wrestler was, and then I go and look back. I look at The Rock looking at me over there with his arm up. Like, you better say me, Stone Cold. How can you just the best of the best, right? But it's just something that Chris Jericho is my favorite wrestler, and the reason why is that smaller guy that never WCW wanted nothing to do with, never got the push that he deserved, right? Even at the time when they were going to move him up into the ranks to face. Oh God, I can't think of his name, but he was going to face one of the big guys there. In the end, he couldn't get the match.
I think it was Goldberg.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't know why I just drew a blank there. When you're live and everything, it's just like, oh, what happened?
Yeah.
But wait, what's wrestling?
Well, don't forget about the backstory on that. I don't know if you remember reading the book about it. How Goldberg was just pissed off about that. It was like Jericho was just doing it on his own.
I literally just read another page of that. It was in the bathroom. Get the F out. No. What's the name of that book? Get the F out? No. F is a no-letter word, or no is a 4-letter word. That's the name of Chris Jericho's book. Is that what you're talking about?
He talked about it in his first book.
Oh, that's the one that he talked about even in that book that I'm just mentioning right now. No is a 4-letter word. That's actually a really good book. But Jericho coming in, as the Y2K problem solver in a sense, right? He's going to solve everybody's problems. I think it was kind of more of a stale, but once he became a heel in WWE, what a competitor, what a great heel. And then, of course, that you just made the list, Jericho. That brought me back into wrestling. So because of that, it has to be him, right?
That was such a good storyline.
Yeah.
Well,
they never capitalized on it.
And there's so many. But if I have to pick one, when everybody asks me who's your favorite wrestler, Jericho always pops in my mind. I have to say it, right? Because he always does.
How
about you, though, Philly?
Look at the longevity too. So for me, it's tough, man, because I want to name off a bunch too, but if we're narrowing it down, I gotta say, even though it's a short period of time, it's Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh yeah.
He took the wrestling to new heights.
What?
Every time like that glass broke, it was just hell's breaking loose, man.
Well, that Matt, him and Brett, that feud. Oh my gosh!
I remember as a kid just sitting there watching that the King of the Ring, the Austin 316 speech.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God.
was like, damn, this is really cool. You know, I was locked in, man.
Did you happen to see what Stone Cold sent Brett not too long ago?
No, what's up?
He sent him and he framed it. Was the match? I want to say it was from the WrestleMania 13.
Wow.
He framed it and sent it to Brett, and I think he autographed it.
Well, he
That's
did
really
say
cool.
too that is cool, and he said on his podcast that without Bret Hart, there's no Stone Cold Steve Austin. So he pays homage to him, which is awesome too.
And you know what? I can tend to believe that because he was the freaking ringmaster.
Yeah,
If it wasn't for Brett, we would have never had Stone Cold Steve Austin,
no, 100%.
or at least the Stone Cold that we come to know.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I think it's very important too to find out whoever at home is watching this, like, hey, who do you guys like? Leave it in the comment, right? We always want to know what's going on there. I always like to see.
Absolutely. So switching gears now, second question: what is your favorite theme song of all time? Entrance music.
Damn.
Oh yeah,
That's what I do.
No, this one's a good.
Well, jump on
let's-
YouTube real quick.
Let's see. I can run off a couple. You got Real American.
We're going
Look,
one.
see?
One. It's favorite.
See?
Yeah.
Okay, I have it because it's just see Jericho popped in my head. Guess
Yeah.
what's popped in my head right now? Not that. I'm an ass man. Yeah, I'm an ass man.
How can you go wrong, Mr.
And
Ass?
Billy Gunn dude.
Right.
I'm like,
How
what
can
the
you
hell?
go
I'm
wrong
over
with
here
that?
like, I'm an ass man. All my friends like, bro, what's wrong with this guy, dog?
I do like ass.
Yeah, but not when it's Billy Gunn walking out with his booty all like this. I'm like, God,
man.
honey, I'm not like that. I just like the song. No, of course that's a joke, but it's not.
Greatest thing.
You stopped me
man.
on this, bro. But that's the
Yeah,
first thing that popped in my head. But man,
There's tons of good ones out
give me
there.
like the old "We are the nation of domination."
Well, can we do it?
How'd
Can we do it in
Like,
two
just-
different categories? Can we do
No, if you
Oh,
favorite
had to
from?
pick one,
One of
So tough, bro.
You're
I'll
killing
tell
me,
you
Mo
mine.
Money.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
what's
mine.
yours?
It's Triple H. Time to play the game.
Yeah,
I was about to ask
yeah.
because
Oh yeah.
because My Time. A lot of people say that My Time is his best thing.
I
Absolutely.
like that one too, but when he
Right.
came back and kind of bulked up, and
Yeah.
I still bump that when I'm in the gym or getting hyped for football
Yeah.
games. Like I can play that anytime, and
Yeah.
I love it.
To go off of
remember-
oh my God.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you remember when we were able to do that, like homecoming? Mm-hmm. We actually had it played at home. Our one homecoming game.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Damn it. I don't know. It just gets me so hype every time.
Yeah. I mean, that
I think I got
that might be my favorite one.
to go off of your Triple H one, something that I just play at the gym. And again, there's so many things, but probably the one that I play at the gym the most would be Batista's. I Walk
Oh, that's
Alone.
another good one.
I Walk
Saliva.
Alone. Yeah,
Yes.
But-
I Walk Alone.
Actually,
Yes.
there's another good one though. Like I actually really get hype on is Nakamura's.
Yeah,
the current one right now.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
It's a good one.
It is,
But
man. I
Isn't-
play it it's like it comes on my headphones. I blast it and I'm just jamming to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with I'm an ass man. 'Cause I have no idea what's running through my head because I'm gonna just say anything
It
and you're
sounds
like,
like
wait,
ass
that
is what I did.
really? I don't know why ass is in my head. Sorry, everybody. It's not like that. We're here to talk about wrestling.
The point is clear. Lotto likes ass.
Yeah, what kind of
Mind-boggling
podcast?
to me, bro.
Boy, this we all of a sudden went to Pornhub all of a sudden here.
WWE.
You'll have to listen to some of the regular show. It gets off the rails real quick. So
Yeah, it does.
no worries.
Oh boy,
All right. So I guess your favorite match of all time.
SummerSlam, right?
No, just of all time. We're just getting to know,
Well,
more
of course,
about you.
the last time I was here, I mentioned Rock and Hogan
And I
from WrestleMania 18.
went back and watched that, and you were 100% right, bro.
Oh,
100% right.
telling you, I mean it still gives me chills
Yeah.
to this day.
Yeah.
And nothing against you, Mike. I know you're probably still sore about it. I mean, it doesn't mean because I went there.
Yeah.
But I mean,
there.
even if you watch,
He was the chosen one over me.
I was there. I was very upper deck, but I mean, I was there for that match. But
Hey, you were in there though.
it was even if I still think even if I didn't go to that pay-per-view and watch that, I probably still would have chills.
Yeah.
Going down my spine.
Yeah.
Because I mean, really, it was the return of Hulkamania that night.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. That's such an amazing match.
And I'm glad that you went back. And
I went back
it.
to it. I'm like, dude, I got to watch it one more time. And I'm like, same thing happened to me, right? When I got chills, and I'm like, watching that whole. Yeah. I just watched the whole thing all over again because it got me so back into like, yeah, let's watch the whole thing, the whole event. But I'm definitely gonna pick that as one of the top ones, but I'm never gonna throw away that. I think the first time we talked about it, it was Shawn Michaels when Ric Flair retired. That last kick.
That was a good one.
The emotions that I got from that, man, and just like that feeling. And, you know, I never realized I love Ric Flair as much, even when I was younger, until he retired. Because I'm like, everything that he did back in the day, the 92 Royal Rumble, right? All of that stuff. Going back to those things and just realizing that you have that one of the best heels in the business, one of the best, you know, that flop that he does when he's hurt and he's like, boom, he flops, you know, and I know Triple H and Shawn Michaels mocks it, like he was the one that invented that, and so I'll definitely still go with that. But going back to the Hulk Hogan and Rock. Amazing match.
I mean, that match is in like my top 5, by the way, like probably maybe even my top 3.
Yep,
that was. Because that just the emotion was great.
Very good. Kari, what do you think?
Again, man, like this is so
I know, it's tough,
hard
it's
because
tough.
I was thinking while you guys were talking, I wasn't paying attention. I was like, man, because it's like literally like 10 matches I could bring up, and I feel like, but probably the one that I would say that I probably watched the most would have been I used to go to Family Video back in the day, and they had the free WWE VHSs. And I used to rent WrestleMania 17, and I rented that. I would rent that and rent that. And and I'm sure people watching and you guys, there's 2 matches that I feel like I could say is probably my favorite match. You have the TLC match, but I'm gonna go with Rock Austin that because I really got into wrestling. I used to watch wrestling when I was real young, but I really got into it in around 2003. So going back and watching that, I didn't know that Austin was going to turn heel. And so watching that for the first time, then I remember I just returned it, and I would just keep going back to that pay-per-view and just continue to watch it, and how big that match felt.
Absolutely.
A big match feel.
And I still remember how pissed off you were the next night or the next morning.
I was so pissed.
I'm
like, he sold out. Are you effing kidding me? There's no damn way, man.
He comes back to school. He was just so pissed.
I was salty, man. It's a Stone Cold match, but it was with Shawn Michaels. Was it? That was 14.
14,
right?
14
with Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson. Wrestling was just like at such a high then. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't like how quick Mike Tyson did the 3 count, and I think Austin has said the same. He's like boom, 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 boom. But to see him get his first title, and I was just a big Austin fan. The big fight feel behind it just really locked me into it. So I love that match. That'll be my favorite for all time.
It's a good one.
Absolutely.
For sure.
There's so many of them, though, man. That's the thing about it. I hate that you put us on the spot with these questions. It's
That's my job, bro.
No, you know, everybody at home is gonna be like, "Man, you like that? Come on, bro. This is way better."
You're such a casual. I'm just saying.
Hey, but it's all good though, right? That's the beauty of it. Everything's gonna, for me, when it comes to wrestling, it's about emotions. I still remember one of my favorite moments of all time, and I think I talked about it even last time, is when Johnny Garganos and Tommaso Ciampa, right at the end of an NXT pay-per-view, they were like ending like they just won their DIY at the time match, right, against I can't even remember who, Alpha Academy at the time, but it wasn't even Alpha, it was another.
Was it with Gabe? Gable and
exactly.
Kurt Angle's
Jason Jordan. Thank you.
American Alpha.
Yeah, exactly. So I was close. I was close.
But
But I remember when they won that match, they went towards the back, the little copyright of WWE. I'm like, oh, it's over. I'm about to like turn it off, and then he turns on them. I'm like, what did I just watch, dude?
Right.
The best moment to this day. Like, I remember that. I'm getting chills as I speak. I swear, like, that just, when you got good storylines, it doesn't have to be the most, oh my God, popular thing that everybody always talks about. It can be such a small moment like that.
It's the element of surprise.
Yes.
That's,
And there's so many times that we've had the element of surprise when it comes to WWE matches. It's just that moment always sticks out to me. But matches-wise, I think, you know what? Emotions is what reaches me. And, of course, Ric Flair has always, like, had that, for me. The emotions always come out for him,
right.
Styling and profiling,
That's
baby.
it, baby. Woo.
So what's the one dream match you wish you could have seen?
No.
Go ahead, jump in, guys. It's for all of you.
This literally just popped. So this is, to me, not as tough. CM Punk versus Stone Cold. That was always, like, for me, CM Punk, growing up, like, I was huge into CM Punk, like, 05. And I would go back and watch his Ring of Honor stuff. And, like, when he debuted, like, the whole straight edge thing in the WWE ECW thing.
Yeah.
And, like, I was saying, like, this guy's going to be a star. And then right around the time, because I'm huge into video games, he was on the cover of WWE 13. And they did a little promo. Like, because I believe the WWE 13 game also was like the Attitude Era was like the thing. So like you had Stone Cold and CM Punk, and I was like, dude, they got to do this match. They have to do this match.
Absolutely.
That would have been sweet.
And we never got. So honestly, I love the. I know you got the Kevin Owens shirt on.
Yeah,
I love
that was
seeing the Kevin Owens and Stone Cold thing, but I was jealous, like, because I was like, dude, that should have been CM Punk.
You know what? Mine just popped up. The one that we'll never see. Angle and Hart.
Oh,
Bret Hart. I think Kurt Angle, Bret Hart, that rivalry would have been just fantastic.
That's a really good one, too.
Yeah.
I mean, two very technical wrestlers in their prime.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the show they would have put on?
Oh, my God. I'm thinking about my guys, and I'm telling you, I think this would be great. But
you know what? But Owen actually had a match with Kurt 2 weeks before he passed away.
Yes.
It was never recorded, and I wish that they would have at least recorded that.
House show, or
it was a house. I think it was a house show or a dark match, one of the two.
Okay.
But the two, Kurt Angle took on Owen Hart in a like a dark match or house show.
House show. Yeah.
And it wasn't recorded. It was not taped.
You want me to go Philly, or
Yeah, absolutely.
we might see it soon. Roman Rock. How about that? Roman and The Rock. I think, listen, when
know
Roman's
Gump's not a fan of it,
don't
but
worry
I
about
am.
what Gump thinks, I mean, Gump sometimes, I know he's not a fan of Roman, but, like, you can't hate on him. You can't, I'm sorry, you can't. You cannot hate on him. In the end, I'm not sitting here and being like, yeah, I was all about it on WrestleMania. I'm like, yeah, we the ones. I still have the damn shirt on, but that's the only shirt I have. My LA Knight shirt still hasn't come in yet, so.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get it after SummerSlam. That's the problem. I'm going to be like home on Sunday and be like, hey,
I'm
it's here.
planning to buy it at SummerSlam.
Yeah, or that.
Probably
Yeah.
$100, but
I don't care, man. Sometimes
you,
$100.
Screw you, Solo.
But yeah, I think that would be amazing for the storyline now, right? For what the head of the table. I mean, what better person than The Rock coming in and saying, "Hey, hold on, just a second."
Now,
here.
let me ask you this: do you think it's because The Rock doesn't have a title run in him? So, I guess do you take the title off him before because it would still be a huge match? I think it would blow the house down in Philly.
I think if it does happen in Philly, right? I think it would just be a match where Roman keeps showing that he's just dominant, and now he's the true head of the table. The way that they've made this storyline, the way we talked about it from WrestleMania till now, there were so many ways that they could have gone with the storylines. I think it's a little bit different. It does change a little bit, but in the end, I don't know if Rock can come back and is willing to be like, hey, yeah, give me the championship, even if it's for a month, whatever, a week. I don't think it would work.
Yeah.
But in the end, we got to see what plays out in the meantime, what's going to be.
But I think they're definitely going for Cody Roman to it.
Oh, without a doubt.
I mean, we'll discuss that later, probably in the show here.
I don't think Roman and Rock ever are going to happen. I know we've talked about it. I don't think it's going to happen.
I just don't think it fits right now.
Now.
I don't think The Rock wants
But that was not
smoke.
I don't think that was the question, though, right? What was the question? What's the dream
I
match?
agree with that because I don't think The Rock can perform at the level Roman can right now. And it's a legacy thing. It'd be an ego thing.
Yeah.
It'd be an ego shot to The Rock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
But
there's all those factors.
But they're like at the same time, I just look at it like The Rock did I don't know how many of you guys saw Hobbs and Shaw.
I did see it.
Hey, but he put Roman in there, right?
Yeah,
So he did his family a favor.
Of course.
How many matches have we seen? I don't know. Maybe he just wants to hold himself to a standard, because I've seen a lot of guys come in and like they may not be at that level. But I mean, we saw Brock Lesnar and Goldberg go at it for a fun 5 minutes, 7 minutes.
Yeah.
I feel like the story in of itself would sell it more so than it has to be a great wrestling.
I think
Absolutely,
if
I
it
feel that.
happens, I bet that would probably be more of a Royal Rumble match, if anything. I don't think it'd be a WrestleMania match anymore.
No, it could be a SummerSlam though. Next year's SummerSlam.
I mean, it could.
I mean, praying that it was this summer.
But I don't.
yeah,
I
of
just
course.
don't. I don't think. But there won't be a title. There can't be a title between the two.
For me, it's just a fitting thing, right? And just going back and saying, okay, Rock at his prime, Roman is at his prime now. So we're not. It's more of a fantasy more than anything,
Right.
to see it like that. But
Or-
in the end, it could happen. It's because it's so realistic that people have already talked about it.
Is it possible they're going to start? If it does happen, you think they're going to rush it? Because obviously, you have that strike in Hollywood right now. That's why Rock is available like
That's a
he
great
is
point.
now.
That's a
That
hell
could
of
be
a
a
point.
survivor.
So I mean, could they if WWE decides they want to go with Rock Roman, do they rush it like you just said to Survivor Series or Royal Rumble or anything like that?
No.
Whatever's going to sell tickets, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
But
Chicago, the Ruckus crowd,
Yeah,
Survivor
great crowd,
Series.
man.
I mean, could be a lot of fun.
I forgot.
As a matter of fact,
yeah.
I think I'm going. Is this when's Survivor Series? Right before
Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah, I think I'm going. We're probably going to head out. So
yeah?
let me know if you want to go, bro.
Hey,
You
My
might
wife
as well
are
go.
going, bro.
You might as well make it.
What?
Make a run with AEW too, because it's going to be all that same week.
Man, I told
They're all
you
in
guys
Chicago.
last time. I told you guys last time. My wife was like, she's kind of getting into wrestling now. She's like, I think she's a bigger fan than me. She's like, babe, you want to go here now? You want to go there? I'm like, all right. we can go.
Is she still telling you to get out of the room with Romans in the
Mondays
in
and
the vicinity?
Fridays. Mondays and Fridays, we don't mess around anymore. Sweetheart, you just saw Roman again, huh? That's why you're frisky today.
Just stop talking.
Why are you telling me to put this mask on of Roman?
She was literally like, I knew you were going to say that. I just knew you were going to say
It's so
that.
funny
Only
because I
you.
had my friends Ange and Sue on. We did a show a few months back, and she saw the stand-up of Roman. She's like, now that right there, she's like, I could have all of that.
I did see. I do remember seeing the picture of her, just like the drool coming off her face with it.
So for mine, I know you love that match with Rock and Hogan, but for me, as a Stone Cold fan, I wanted that Stone Cold versus Hulk Hogan.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It would
that's
have
a
been
good one,
like
too.
two of my favorites, just, toe to toe. It would have blew the house down too. Probably
Oh, yeah.
not as good of a, I don't know, would it be as good of a match? But I just think the story, the big fight feel would have definitely gave it that. And it's like the two
And-
best of their generations going head to head.
And it would have sold the tickets.
Oh, absolutely.
That match would have absolutely sold out wherever venue they would have been at.
Yo, you
Yeah.
know it.
I'm surprised it didn't happen though, because I think Austin was always just a little bit above the Rock.
Well, it was
Yeah.
because, but it's because Stone Cold was still at the time. Steve Austin was still having that grudge with Hogan from WCW.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Absolutely.
Okay, that
And-
makes sense.
Thankfully, I got to see at least live. Got to see Hogan and Austin in the ring for like not even granted it was like 30
That was
seconds.
Monday Night Raw, the
Yeah.
handicap match.
Yeah.
NWO versus Rock
Yeah.
and Hogan. That was awesome.
Right before
So-
WrestleMania.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, they were in the ring together for like 30 seconds, and then that was
Yeah.
that's
That's a shame. I
the
think
most they ever had.
Steve, that's the one thing about his career I think he would take back is like the Brock Lesnar thing. When Vince wanted him to lose to Brock on Monday Night Raw, and he's like, well, it didn't make sense from a business. Like, we could have sold a ton of tickets.
Well, see,
You know,
he
and
makes
made a
sense
lot of
on
money.
that though. That
Yeah.
does make sense because why would you want to give that up for free?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, him walking out, with his ball. I mean,
Yeah.
it sucked, but.
Yeah.
I understand where he was coming at with that though. That
Yeah, at
makes
least
a
it
lot of
made sense.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, so last question here for you guys. If you were a WWE superstar, what would your ring handle be?
It's easy.
Do I even need to say it?
No, that's a toss-up.
Yeah,
Right.
you're-
Man, that's so hard.
I already said
You
mine
know,
too before.
Oh, huh.
Was it the Albanian Crusher?
The European Crusher. I'm here to crush you, and if you try to do anything to me, this is will happen to you.
And then he's got Ludwig. Ladies and gentlemen.
I love that guy, bro. I'm sorry, but I'm telling you, bro. Like, I love that guy. And you can tell, even Samantha, the ring announcer, go, Ludwig Kaiser. Beautiful.
She is he's going to literally be a star.
I said that.
Yeah.
I said that.
Yep.
You know, and I take these little breaks from wrestling, right? And every time I come in, the time when Jericho did the list stuff, I had quit wrestling for a couple years, to be honest with you, and then came back in and went, what is this? This is beautiful, right? Got me hooked for about a year with the KO storyline and all of that. Then I came back. I said, hey, I've been out of wrestling for a little bit. Came back, and I see Gunther. I'm like, what the hell is this? And then I see Ludwig Kaiser right behind him. I'm like, boy, I haven't seen wrestlers do this since the 80s, dog.
Right.
Like, what is going on here? Yeah. That's a true heel right there. And then just his mannerisms. I mean, those two guys, Giovanni Da Vinci, I love him, but I just don't think he has the charisma. Thank you so much.
He's definitely the odd man out.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's a great wrestler. And I think
really good wrestler.
Good wrestler.
Really
yeah,
good
he's
wrestler.
a really good wrestler. But, you know, in the end...
Well, I was going to say, because I know you were saying before we got on air that you don't watch NXT.
I don't.
But before he, because they had split them.
Yeah.
And he was running a character where it was almost similar to like the dashing Cody Rhodes type thing, where he was kind of like a model.
Did you say I don't watch NXT?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I watch NXT. I thought you said AEW. My bad, bro.
Yeah, no,
my bad. Yeah, NXT I do watch. No, I know all about that.
So he was running that character, so I thought he was showing a little bit of charisma there, but I agree that he is the odd man out.
Right. Well, that's the thing, and it's fairly right to see it that he's not as comfortable because, you know, you got Gunther in such a massive spot and dominating it, you know, and then you got Ludwig Kaiser comes in, ladies, and so he's got a massive role as that announcer, and people love it. Yeah. The first time I heard it was the event, the pay-per-view event that they had in Scotland. Or
can I hear you just say one time, ring no,
it just goes, ladies and gentlemen, the ring Canada.
There it is. Yes. So, Kari, what do you think? What would your name be, man?
Wow. So I guess I'm not much of the theatrics, but I would play the the WWE games, and what I've done is I actually thought, okay, what would I do if I actually became a wrestler? What would I make my name? And I took the two colleges that I went to. This is kind of, I guess, boring, but it's not.
No, it's not boring, bro.
What did you say? The
European Crusher.
Oh, the European Crusher. I'm
here to crush you.
Adrian Wayne, because I went to Adrian College in Wayne State. So.
That's actually a great name.
Really a great name.
I love how this guy's like,
that's like cheesy and all that. Come on.
See, if you would have started this story, hey, you know what? Here's the thing, guys. Here's where I think I'm Adrian Wayne. It would be like, whoa, that's a clever name. This guy, boy, the next NXT superstar right here.
Adrian Wayne.
Vinnie Mac is going to watch this. He's going to go and name somebody.
Batman fan, so I like the last name.
Oh,
Wayne.
yeah.
My man.
So I'd be the Dark Knight, Adrian Wayne.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Bro, you might got something there. Right?
That's a hell of a name.
We need to get you down to the performance center right now. I would, so European Crusher, Gumpzilla, Adrian Wayne. I got to go with Mo Money Mike.
Yeah,
though.
there it
Mo Money
is.
Mike.
Hey, Mo Money.
And I dress as El Muerto, with the face paint, come out the AC/DC Money Talks.
That's it.
Pyro, all that shit. I'd just be
man, with the LWO on, you have to have something else, speaking
well,
a little
it'd be
Spanish.
like that little,
for you, though,
like Alberto Del Rio slash,
Yeah.
You should actually rap out to your own theme because I mean you got that, you got your rap background.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
I think you should do that.
Yeah.
I still remember Big Money Mike with his rap back in the day. I used to work with him back in the day. And
I was Lil Poppy back
Lil
in the
Poppy. And I see him at work. I said, Papi, yo me gusta de todo.
That would be dope, though. All right, y'all boys ready for some trivia?
Well,
I don't know if I'm ready. I mean, your questions are hard, bro.
Keep it in the 2000s.
Okay, I'll try.
No, keep it. Yeah, keep it. I don't care.
And notice our age here, too. That Mike had to put his glasses on.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got
My eyes have gone bad, too.
The Uncle Jules.
I started growing my beard, and people are like, "Oh shit, how old are you?" I'm like, "You see the white, huh? Of course. Maybe I should shave it."
Trying to, for your wife. See, I can get the gray too, like Roman, baby.
Like Roman. Yeah, I'm going.
Oh my God!
Look at my hair. Look at my hair. Look at my hair. It's going long. It's going long. Don't worry, guys. I'm coming. I like him a little bit. I mean, a little bit fatter.
He's felt threatened with Roman now.
Absolutely not. But yes, that's a good one. That's a good one.
All right.
I love Roman.
So, what year was Undertaker versus Undertaker? What SummerSlam?
I remember.
You all get the answer, so we'll see
Okay.
who's right. I'm gonna keep track.
1994.
Yep, that's what I was going to say. 94.
96.
Them two are right.
Yeah.
94.
I remember gray and
I
purple.
ordered that paper.
Gray and purple. They were wearing
94
gray
is
and
the year I
purple.
was born, by the way.
What
so I
was
don't know.
what was the match before that though?
Dude, come on, bro. I just came from Albania. First day, wow, wrestling. This is good. Wow, twins?
The match before that was Bret Hart versus Owen Hart in the steel cage match.
Yes.
That was the
absolutely.
same pay-per-view.
Wait, this was a SummerSlam then?
That was-
Oh,
yeah.
this was a SummerSlam.
Yep.
Yes,
That's
sir.
actually one of the top 50s matches that I saw earlier.
All right, including this year, how many times has SummerSlam taken place in the state of Michigan?
3 times.
Yeah.
Or 2 times. 2 times.
3 times.
I'm going to guess twice.
You're right. One time previous at the Palace in 1993, Luger, Yokozuna.
Oh, my God.
Damn, you're up. You're up. I mean,
I ordered that pay-per-view.
If you're keeping score, please put it on the comment. Where are we at? You got 2? I don't know where we
2,
are.
1, and 1.
We'll have to rewind it later to see what our scores
I already
are.
forgot, so you keep score, Al.
I think it's 2-1.
2, 1, and 1.
Hey, remember I was one of my jobber characters was a stat man. So.
Well, moving forward, or whatever you say.
man.
See? I knew that ass man would come in. Yeah.
Title of the fight.
What was the main event of the inaugural SummerSlam in 1988?
88?
Let's see.
Hex.
This is a star-studded main event, too.
I'm going to guess.
Can I cheat first? Or not cheat, but can I just ask, is it a one-on-one match?
No.
No. I'm going to guess it was.
Sorry, guys, my wife's
It was Hogan.
What'd you vote now, damn it?
Hogan and Brutus against Macho Man and Zeus.
Zeus, all right.
Dude.
I have no clue.
No clue.
So it's a multi-person match. It's 88. So
But I think there's Warrior
main
in there.
event,
I think.
Hulk Hogan probably is involved somehow. Ultimate Warrior might be involved somehow. Macho Man Savage might be involved somehow. Give me a. I'm trying to think of another heel from the 80s.
Okay, well, you got half of it right, but give me a heel. Think of a big heel from the 80s.
Roddy Piper.
Nope.
No, he was a face at that time, right?
He turned face.
Yeah, he was
By
a
that
face
point,
at
yeah.
that time. Yeah, 88. Oh, yeah.
You got it half right. So it was the Mega Powers, Hogan and Savage.
Yeah, it was
versus
Hogan.
the Mega Bucks, Andre and Ted DiBiase.
Oh, my God.
89 then was Hogan
Nobody got
and
points. This was a
Brutus
chance.
against
Yeah.
Zeus and
Yes,
Macho.
yes.
I thought
Okay.
Andre was done at that by 88.
No,
It was, it was winding
That's
down. And a special guest referee was Jesse the Body Ventura.
Ah, the
Definitely.
body, bro.
All right, number 4. How many times has the Staples Center hosted the event consecutively?
Consecutively.
I'm going to guess 4 times.
L.A. I should know this. I lived there. East L.A. I'm trying to remember when, though.
It's more than I thought, actually.
It was more than 2. 5 times.
You said 4, Al?
I said 4.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess. I'm just gonna guess. I'm gonna guess 6 times.
Kari, you're the winner.
Wow.
Wow.
2009 to 2014.
All right. It's
real?
6
and
years.
now it's 2-2-1.
I'm in last
Okay.
place. The European Crusher will crush you.
European Crusher just became a jobber.
I can't say anything. I'm stopped.
So would wifey be like Lana to Rusev?
Sure.
Like, you don't crush.
No, I swear, I used to come out like that. Yeah, I crash. No, literally, I used to come out with that. Probably didn't sound like this, and it was probably different because at that time I was younger. I was 17. If you didn't know, I was on True Life. I'm a backyard wrestler. So I used to be a backyard wrestler when I was 16 and 17. And then I stopped because I started dating a girl in school. I'm like, I can't have her know that I'm hanging out with these guys. MTV's like, you want to be on this? I'm like, nah, cool, I'm good. I'm trying to do that. No, but yeah.
All right. So last one. What two wrestlers are tied for the most SummerSlam appearances of all time?
Appearances. So that's a loaded question because it's not a match. It's just appearances.
You're going?
I'll say Kane and let me think of the second one. So
I'm going Undertaker and Edge.
I'm going Undertaker and Kane.
I'm going to go Kane and Edge.
Okay. Well, it's actually Randy Orton and The Undertaker.
Oh,
yeah, you're
man.
right.
At 16 times.
You get half point.
Okay, half point. Thank you. I'm still in last place.
So good guesses. So
Well,
who
Mike's in
wins?
last. I mean, he hasn't won.
We got a tie.
He hasn't guessed anything.
We're tied, and
You can't lose if you don't play.
so it's a 2-2 to 1.5.
Okay, so I guess we got to come up with a tiebreaker, huh?
Yeah.
So 2 and 2. Lotto, we got to come up with a tiebreaker.
It's very simple.
Okay, who's second for most appearances? 'Cause I know this off the top of my
Edge.
head.
I don't know that. Weren't we in this together? You left me right away.
Second for most appearances, he gets Edge.
Yep.
Triple H.
Yeah, that's a good guess.
It's actually my boy.
John Cena sucks.
15
Don't
times.
hate on
John
Makes
Cena.
sense, yeah.
Hate on-
John Cena. I didn't even think about John Cena. See?
John Cena. Well, good stuff, boys. So we're going to take a quick pause, and we'll be back with the feature presentation.
And now we're pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
Boys, so we're rolling here. So now it's time to break down the SummerSlam card match by match. We're going to give our winners, predictions. The fives of the week would be, your 5 things you're looking most forward to, whether it be spots, matches in general, whatever. Just highlight it out as we go. So we're going to start off with the SummerSlam Battle Royal. So for me, I got to see my boy get his shine, man, because he's been too damn hot as of late.
Yeah.
And that's the wrong song. So
Maybe I'm not.
Guys, I think he's talking about L.A.
I thought
Night.
we were
That was from like one of the 2001, 2002.
That was from when he was in the Indies and everything. Great song.
Why is it not coming up? That's bad timing. But yeah.
So yeah, but L.A. Night. I'm assuming that's where you're going with.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, we don't need music for that guy, man.
No.
Yes, we
the
do.
fans, we do need the music. Yeah. Oh, you're right. Yeah, we do need music. Sorry,
everybody
guys. Yeah. I'm sorry, but remember we talked about it, and I said this guy is something, man. And I was already cheesing over this guy. I don't know if everybody at that time was feeling the same way. I could see it. I saw it. I didn't care that he sounds like The Rock. I don't care that he sounds like Stone Cold Steve Austin. As a matter of fact, if you watch one of his interviews, a normal interview, this guy, if you just close your eyes and just listen to him normally speak, you would think it's The Rock. And he's not even acting. There's nothing. Right. There's no acting. He's just what he sounds. They have the same vocal cords. He even said that in the interview. Hey, a lot of people think I'm like, this is just me. Like I sound just like the damn guy. I swear. I close my eyes. I'm like, oh shit, it's a Rock. Oh no, it's not. It's
and he does it. And he does it naturally.
Yeah,
he's a natural.
He's the megastar.
L.A. Knight. This is his time to shine. He should have actually. He should have been the one that won the U.S. Title, triple threat or whatever it was.
I thought so too. I find it interesting that title's off the card. Like Austin Theory was getting this major push, but I don't think he resonates.
No, he's done.
So I thought L.A. Knight would have been the perfect fit to just take that torch and run with it.
Yeah.
This is what I'm nervous though about L.A. Knight. This is what I'm nervous about. It's just because I've seen a lot of guys get that type of build themselves up with the crowd, whether it's like a Damian Sandow Rusev Day.
I was gonna wear that shirt today.
And sometimes I get nervous that LA Knight is gonna end up like those guys, where it's like when we look back and we're like, man, they missed out on him again. And I hope that that's not the case.
Well,
and it feels like that this battle royal is set up for him to to showcase him. But just even if he wins this, what comes after.
What I want to know though about this battle royal is, are there stakes to this? Like, does the winner of the battle royal get like a future US/IC title shot?
We'll find out more on Friday, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
SmackDown's going to be in Ohio, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll find out
still
definitely
doesn't make
more.
any sense either.
Right. I wish they were here, dude. It upset me because I'm like, okay, so are we getting the SmackDown tickets? My wife's like, they're in Ohio. I'm like, so are we getting the SmackDown tickets? But for me, I'm like, I'm down. Let's go. But
hey, it's cool that Chicago can have like SmackDown Survivor Series back to back, but hey,
thank God, Money Mike, he finally realized how to use that phone of his. But
like I said, though,
it's the same exact thing, but two different songs.
You're good, bro. Let's listen to the other one, too. Why not?
I mean, I would like some stakes into this battle royal.
Yeah,
for
it
sure.
doesn't matter for me as long as I love that he was on SmackDown 3 times last week. So if you didn't watch it, they literally are putting him there more. I still think
And he beat the
WWE
shit
does
out of
this
Shit Row.
right, which is they gotta have somebody to squash.
That's Murder Inc., man.
That's Murder Inc., bro.
They have
Ja
not been
Rule,
the same
Ashanti, and Irv Gotti. Right?
They have not been the same since
I have no
Swerve
idea.
Scott or Swerve. Was it Swerve Strickland? Swerve Scott. No,
Yeah.
it was Swerve Scott in WWE.
Yeah.
Since he's left, they have not been the same.
Yeah, I don't know much
But
about
we
him.
definitely
I don't
know
pay
who the
attention to
star
him.
was of that group.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
But getting back, I mean, LA Knight's my pick in that battle royal.
Yeah,
I'm afraid to pick him, bro, because like WWE might just throw another curveball. Here, good luck.
As of right now, it's him and Sheamus that's announced, right?
Yeah.
For the battle.
They announced, I think, Tommaso and Nakamura yesterday.
Nakamura, yep.
I love Nakamura.
There'll definitely be a lot of these guys that are in the mid card right now, and they're trying to get that push. There's so many guys in WWE that deserve a little bit more of a push, but it's understandable. Like, there's not a lot of room, right? You got a 2-3 hour show on Raw, so of course you can put more people on there. LA Knight is just, we talked about him when we first did the WrestleMania podcast, and I'm telling you, man, this guy is going to be, he's 40, but all the, we're all WWF attitude guys, man. It's as simple as that.
It doesn't matter. You gave Kofi his time. Daniel Bryan got his time.
Absolutely.
Give LA Knight his shot.
100%.
Ride the
Absolutely
wave,
agree.
man. Why not?
You have to. Yeah.
If they don't, Vince McMahon.
That guy's a knucklehead.
Well, here's the thing.
You got that right.
That's
Chuck.
actually going to probably be, to me, will determine who's actually in control of like that particular match. Is that going to be a Vince match or is that a Triple H match? When it comes to the creative,
Triple H.
Let's hope it's a Triple
Vinnie
H.
Mac is, he just had massive back surgery.
Yeah,
so.
I saw that with his
He's
spinal.
not. He's not, and he's not
Yeah,
doing
but
okay.
Lotto,
but I mean, he's hurt.
Lotto, you
Why?
know he's ring managing from his bed.
You know
right
damn
now.
well you are.
Come
you know
on.
what? This might even be like something where they're
He's on freaking-
where they're kayfabing us
Yeah,
right
he's-
now. Like
he's
he's
FaceTiming.
fine. He's just in the back. As we speak.
He's FaceTiming right now.
Sorry. Hope I didn't mess anything up.
Anytime he makes changes to creative, it's like when Stacy Keibler was dancing. He's in the back with that look on his face.
That's it.
Dude, that was like the wrong time for you to say that because I almost spit my beer out.
I know. Oh Lord.
So I guess, so we all got LA Knight, right?
Yep.
It's got to be LA.
I love LA Knight.
All right.
Love.
So this one, like we talked about in the group chat, to go over, I feel like they really got to beat the piss out of each other. That's Ronda Rousey and Shayna
yeah.
It's
Baszler.
gonna be great.
MMA rules match. I think it's going to be dope. Though.
I think so too.
Huh?
What does that mean, the MMA rules match? Is it going to be rounds?
I think it's going to be like a work shoot type deal.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I didn't even think of the
is it gonna
rounds
be
round.
round?
Yeah.
Is it MMA?
Did you guys watch Shayna Baszler with that little promo that she cut?
Yeah.
Where they were doing it right now. She was like tears.
Are we talking
I mean-
about the taped? Because as long as it was taped, it's really good.
Yes.
When they're live,
No,
get it.
No, it's taped. It's
Yeah.
definitely taped.
Yeah.
It was
That
where
was-
they were
that was
kinda
well done.
very well done. And I've always had this love for Shayna Baszler, and I know we talked about it even last time when we said, hey, you know what, she can't cut it as a heel, she can't cut it as a face, but you give her this real story in a sense, and what an amazing job she's done. And you know, I like both these girls. I'm actually excited about this match, and
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to be when it first started happening. I'm like, I see what they're doing here. I like it.
Yeah.
But I've been this closet Shayna Baszler fan, bro. I really am. I know she's ugly and all that stuff, but in the end, she's got a beauty to her as well,
Yeah.
right? The way that she's just a badass. And she said it. She goes, "I'm going to show you that I was a real badass when it comes to UFC," and I believe it, man. Like I'm scared of her shit.
Yeah.
I think too the fact that they're actual, like we know that they're actual friends. I think they're gonna go to lengths. So even if it's an MMA match, like they're gonna, work. I think they're gonna work really stiff with each other.
They
I
have
think
something
they're
to
gonna-
prove.
Yeah.
They need to prove themselves now.
And with the
100%.
rumors that Ronda, this might be.
Did they ever
her-
fight in UFC?
Never.
No,
I
she
don't
was
think so.
Shayna was just Ronda's sparring partner.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
what she put in that package, that she
Right.
was just getting beat up every day, being the second wheel and never
Yep.
getting her shine.
Yep.
And what Ronda told that story about back in the day, like
Yeah.
the general, he finally got the shine and took over and was entitled and all these
See,
things. So it's a perfect
do-
story.
I think that's even more reason. I think
I'm
they're going
invested.
to beat the crap out of each other. There's gonna be some realism into this match.
MMA street fight, UFC
Yeah.
owning WWE now. That's I'm glad that
Are
they're
we gonna
kind
get
of
a
bringing.
cage? Like that's what
I
I'm
don't
just-
think so. I think it's
just
still
want-
going to be like a wrestling ring, but they can make it.
You
happen.
know,
so
they
curious about this.
have the Lions Den ring. I mean, they just used it last year between Seth and
Riddle.
and Riddle. Yeah,
Oh, I wanna be
they
there
should
live.
put Dan Campbell in there and just make sure they have.
grit.
That has to happen. I was saving that, but if Dan Campbell doesn't show up at SummerSlam in Ford Field, that is
Yeah.
the biggest missed opportunity.
Yes.
Another one is if Eminem doesn't show up.
So what are we? Who we picking here?
I've got Shayna.
Shayna's gonna,
I
think Shayna's winning. I think Ronda's going to put her
To
over.
quote my cousin-in-law Adam, I'm going to pick Sean Bosler. But she'll benefit more with
yeah.
this, especially with Ronda leaving.
Yeah, so
She
you said
needs
Ronda's
something-
leaving, right? So
As far as we know, unless it's we get that element of surprise and she ends up staying.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think on her
I don't
way
think-
out,
And this
she's gonna
sets
put
up
Shayna
something
over.
for Rhea too. I think this sets up something later on.
But I
maybe on
know
Survivor Series.
this being an MMA rules match, is this actually going to be will it be a legit MMA fight, or is this going to be just a shoot fight,
we'll be there live and we'll text you.
Yeah, and I'll be
3
watching
seconds
it
ahead of you.
I
Yeah,
will
we're
be
3
watching
seconds
it
ahead.
at my cousin-in-law Adam's house, so don't worry.
3 seconds, we'll know.
But we will be all in
I
communication.
can't wait for you to watch it with the guy
I'll
that
let
thinks
you know
it's
how-
Sean Baszler or Baszler.
Sean Bosler.
Hey, that's Sean Baszler. Shit, I should have gotten SummerSlam.
So next up, this should be a banger, man. You got the Intercontinental title match, Gunther with Drew McIntyre
Yes.
coming in. I mean, these guys talk about beating the piss out of each other.
Yes.
These two dogs are just going to destroy one another. But I think, for me, you got Gunther is so close to overtaking the honky tonk, man. I don't see him getting beat. He's only got another couple months to go. I think he's earned it, man. He needs to be the longest reigning Intercontinental champion.
I agree with you, Mike. With it being so close, I don't see Gunther. I don't see Gunther losing either.
Ladies and gentlemen. Listen, it's as simple as that, right? This guy just oozes machismo, as they used to say back in the days, right?
yes.
I'm telling you, man. I hope that, I don't know what they're trying to play this game with Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser, all these issues. I'm hoping that there's no issues there, because it's just like these guys are just gaining momentum, bro.
Yeah.
Like, fans are really loving the heels, but still booing the heels as the heels, right? But in the end, I like those guys. They walk away from me going, I really like those guys. But boo, because I have to hate you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. And with all this music going and you three, I feel like I'm standing with Imperium.
Well, we do have one European for sure.
And maybe that's why you're saying it, because you're gonna interfere.
I will be. I swear to you, if you guys, you're gonna show me. Then it sucks because
so when your theme when Mr. Ass music hits, when I'm gonna have my ass out. Like, oh.
Man, that would be great. There,
Imagine doing the Ludwig
Kaiser with
he
the
spins
ass.
around with his ass cheeks hanging out.
I'm an ass man, ladies and gentlemen. I'm an ass.
I still want to see Gunther go into WrestleMania with the IC title. He wins Royal Rumble, goes after the world title, and just wins the world title and drops the IC title. I don't want to see that title drop. I don't want to see him drop that title because he's been so dominant.
He can't.
It kind of does a disservice to the next champion, though. You know what I'm saying? He's got to have a great feud with somebody. Then he's.
I mean, you can do
the
the feuds, but I mean, it could be similar, like with Roman. You know, with what they've done with Roman. So why can't they do that with Gunther? I mean,
yeah. I mean,
I got Drew winning.
Really?
I mean, that's not a bad pick, though.
I got Drew winning. I think that Gunther is a made man already. I think I agree with you guys in terms of and I like Gunther a lot. Like I want the world for him. I want him to continue to rise. I just think that being and what is he like? I think is he the second longest or the third longest? He's held the title.
He's 3 right now.
Yeah.
He's held the title for over, and I think that could, since he's so close to winning it or breaking that record, if Drew beat him, then that could just bring their feud up and make it like such a great feud into where
I can see that too.
Even elevate it even more.
And that's the thing.
He can end up getting it back. But I see both sides into, hey, have him beat the record, you know. But I think Drew's gonna take
But
it.
I know one thing though, and I am super excited for this match because if it's anything like the WrestleMania match, like you just said, it's gonna be a banger. I mean, they're gonna beat the shit out of each other.
Hell yeah, bro.
It's gonna be money, man.
Money.
Yeah, that's
Hell yeah.
kill each other.
Mo money, Mikes.
You don't say. So we're 3-1, Gunther versus Drew, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I love the way you see it because it can go that way as well, but I just think with what Gunther's doing, I just hope that they're not all of this like changing of like factions and there's issues here. And I feel like it's happening so much on WWE ever since, they started doing it with the bloodline and all that, and now I'm seeing it with almost every faction. I mean, Judgment Day's going through it, where it's like Finn's kind of like, and look what happened even on Monday, like, hey, go cash it in, and it's like, Damian Priest is going to come out and say, but I guess we can leave that for when that match comes up, when these matches come up.
There, so
it's just, like I said, I just hope that it doesn't matter which way it goes for me, as long as they both look good.
Right.
Yeah.
Drew got a huge pop coming back.
He did.
Let's not forget that.
And Drew deserves a lot after carrying the belt through COVID. He's going to get his opportunities again.
Just a few months ago, he was in that match with Roman.
Yeah.
And a lot of people thought that he could have been the one to beat Roman. Right. So that's why
I remember that there was also that thought that Drew was just going to let his contract expire and go to AEW. Mm-hmm. And
no, they gave him a lot of money.
Yeah,
I mean,
he should.
Yeah.
He deserved it.
Of course.
I wouldn't be mad at it if Drew wins.
No,
I mean,
it's not.
I've turned your.
No, it's. I'm glad you picked it that way, bro, because it's just kind of. I see how you're seeing it as well, but I got to go with Gunther.
I mean, in the back of my head, I had that thought though too. When as soon as Drew came out, I'm like, I guess if there's anybody right now in the IC division right now, it would be Drew that can dethrone Gunther because Riddle was garbage.
Yeah, right. All right. Well, you had the music playing. Ricochet and Logan Paul. I'm just looking for big spots, dude. Big spots. Tear the house down right off the rip.
Yeah.
Tear it up, and then Logan can go fly and see his brother and get his ass beat by Nate Diaz.
I'm such a huge fan of Ricochet, bro. Like, I really am, man. And I know the guy doesn't have the ability to talk on the mic, but when it comes to wrestling and when it comes to high spots, he dominates. But here's the thing. Logan Paul has lost 4 matches, right?
Yeah.
So we got to look into Logan Paul, if he's staying on WWE, you cannot have him lose another match here. Like, you just can't. Because now it's just like, there's no credibility. There's nothing there. You need to give him something because Logan has shown that he really cares. You see him now on a lot of this. He's on the live events as well. He's not doing house shows like crazy, but he's coming to Raw. He's coming to SmackDown, and these are the things that we want as WWE fans. As long as you're coming in and showing your respect and showing, because everybody's got a path, right? It doesn't have to follow a path where it's like, hey, I came from the Indies, I did this, I was in backyard wrestling, whatever. It's like his path was, hey, you are a mega million subscribers on YouTube. Thank God for you to come in, because you know what? That's what we need. We need these kids to come in and check out wrestling, because if not, wrestling will die. Whether it's AEW or WWE, right? It doesn't matter. But Logan Paul is going to win. And then, of course, he's going to have to fly out as fast as possible. I'll probably be there tracking his flight. Be like, yeah, he made it. Don't worry.
Well, if Logan wins, a lot of people are going to be like,
what's good about it?
I mean,
he's a megastar, man.
He is, though. He is. And he deserves his shine. You know what I mean? He's put the work in.
He's not just a megastar, but like, and you guys could, he's a really good wrestler.
He is.
Yeah. Like, I was watching Money in the Bank, and I was just like, if he was not a YouTuber and just was like some guy that WWE signed and like put him through the Performance Center and came, like, he has everything that you need out of a wrestler, and he's playing that heel role to perfection.
I mean, we talked about it in the last show. I mean, we're impressed with him. It just sucks that he's such a douchebag.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess that's his personality.
Yeah, I think he plays into it.
But I agree 100% with what you said, Lotto. And there's no way they're going to let Logan Paul lose again.
No.
And then he's got that fight coming up here too. I mean, I know wrestling and boxing are two totally different things, but will WWE really want to give him that L before he has that L in the boxing world coming up here?
Great point.
I mean, it's just the thought of Vince. I mean, Vince is thinking, or WWE's thinking. I mean,
no, it's a perfect match. I think I heard a lot of people that said, hey, LA Knight might be in this, right? It might be a triple threat. And I think putting LA Knight in this match would have been an issue, and that's why they went the Battle Royal way, is because of the fact that they realized, they're like, holy crap, if we do this, well, now he's going to have a loss. We need to make sure that LA Knight wins, and they're kind of in a limbo. Who wins here? Yeah. It's okay if Ricochet loses. We're used to that, right? And we're not going to be like, oh my God.
But he's also getting a shot on the big stage. So it's a win-win if you go with Logan Paul.
I can't. How many times has Ricochet really been in any PLEs, or especially in these big PLEs?
I can only think of Money in the Bank because they use them for his.
I mean, they use
Royal Rumble, but I mean that's
only for spots.
I'm with you on that one too. I mean, he deserves his time to shine on this,
and I felt that he has with what they've done with the promos and everything like that, and their segments, I think he's done a pretty good job.
Oh yeah.
So who are you guys picking?
I got Logan.
Okay, Mike.
I think after this one, you gotta
put some respect on my name
for Logan Paul, man.
Why does it always sound to me like when he said "put some respect on my name," like he was scared as hell when he said it?
I don't know. I think that was when him and Reese were beefing.
I thought he was going to cry or something. Put some respect.
He had about 50.
I'm sorry if you are watching this. I'm sure. Please don't ever get mad at me.
Yeah,
I live in California.
That, not me.
We're in California. I know we're talking about Detroit and
50.
I know nothing. I'll be in Albania soon. Okay.
He said that. The European Crusher.
In Albania.
No. I'm excited about that match, though. I'm not going to lie. Because Ricochet's not going to look bad no matter what.
No.
I mean, if what you guys were talking, I mean, if Bleacher Report is right on it, if that's going to be the opening match, that's a good opener.
It has to be.
That's a good opener.
Hell yeah.
I mean, that's a good opener to get the crowd going. And
bro, I'm ready for it. I'll be the first. You're gonna hear me at this place. You will. I whistle like crazy, bro.
And I'll be like, I know that guy. I know that sound. That's loud.
I'm gonna literally like this. If you hear that, that's me, dude.
Whistle game strong.
That's only 5%. Imagine if I give it 100. You guys.
All right, so we're all in unison. Logan Paul.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right, so the rubber match. Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes, man. I'm curious to get your guys' thoughts.
Cody.
It's got to be
Cody needs this. It's going. If Cody's story is going to continue to WrestleMania 40 in that rematch with Roman, he needs this for his resume.
Yeah.
It needs to be done.
I feel like they're building that. He's got to go through hell to get back all the way to the undisputed title, and this fits perfectly in that storyline, right? So, I guess I'll let you guys answer, then we'll talk about Brock Lesnar.
To find out what Cody Rhodes went through, if you haven't watched the documentary, the last documentary with Cody Rhodes, it is the greatest documentary I've seen in a very long time.
Now,
and
was it available? I know it was on TV. Can you
It's
see it
on
anywhere
Peacock.
else?
It's on Peacock.
Oh, okay, great.
I watched like the first probably 20 minutes of it today, and the first 20 minutes so far.
Please
from what I've
go
seen
back
is
home
awesome.
and you know I didn't go to sleep till 1:30 in the morning last night, and I had to be up at 6 for work, and I was like glued, and I was glued because it hit me like hard, right? Because I just lost my dad a couple months back, right? So for him to talk about the way he lost his dad and what he felt and how quick it came, it just like, damn, bro. It's like, wow, why are you speaking to me right now, dog? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. Even like I'm a little bit shaky with a few things and not remembering because my mind's not there. But man, I'm telling you right now, man, this guy, like, I loved him before. I think slowly but surely, I know I love LA Knight, right? And I think he would probably be one of my top guys, with Kaiser and Gunther, without a doubt. But Cody Rhodes has become one of my favorites, pretty close to all time, you know, because of like how I feel and what I, you know, when you resonate with someone and when you click with someone and it's just it's from a show. That's you. That's how you and Hulk Hogan, right? Like you remember him as a childhood, right? So like that made me feel the same way, even though I'm 40 years old, and I'm like, damn, bro, this guy just spoke to me right now, you know. Yeah. But it was one of the best documentaries I've seen, and not only for that, but just what he's been through, and just we know the story, but when you hear the story and when you see it. And then Vinnie Mac going and flying to his house to say, hey, I want you to come back. Vinnie Mac knew he was a threat, bro. Yeah. Vinnie Mac knew this guy can take me down. Yeah, I need this guy back.
I cannot wait to finish it. I mean, I know I had to go back to work. I mean, I watched the first, like I said, went up to the
PTO day. I don't care.
But did you guys see the Dusty Rhodes special on A&E? That was amazing.
Oh my god, bro!
I have to still watch that.
A&E's got some incredible documentaries as well. So go back and watch those as well.
Remember this one? Sapphire, my baby girl. You understand?
He gave fat guys like me a great name to dance.
Come on, man.
Right.
Dusty, bro.
I think it's gotta be Cody here, man. You know, this is just another notch in the belt on the way to the championship.
I don't want to take anything from Brock Lesnar either.
No, that's my next question. Is like, where does Brock Lesnar go from here?
What a nasty question. Very nasty.
I think Brock will probably. I got Cody winning this too. I think Brock will probably take, because he's been around like more than normal.
Yeah.
I remember. He's been around more than
Yep.
normal. So I think that he might take a little time off. And I honestly think that the match for Gunther at WrestleMania is Brock Lesnar.
Wow.
I agree with you.
I think
100%.
give me Brock Gunther, and I can't remember if it was reported or if Brock said this himself on like the Pat McAfee show or something like that. But I feel like Brock is in that stage of like he's close to being done.
Yeah,
and
he wants to put people over.
And and I think that you see it from.
Did you hear you heard the rumor, because WrestleMania, was it 42, is rumored to be in Minneapolis? That might be
it for him.
That might be it. That might be the spot for him to retire.
Because
he's from Minnesota.
I thought it was 41s and
40.
Yeah.
41.
Oh, 41. I'm sorry, 41. I apologize. 41. Yeah.
It's 40s next year.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could see that. That would make sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's hope and pray for England. 43.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably going to take time off and probably not come back till Royal Rumble again. Because he's got to get that WrestleMania payday. And
correct.
Yeah. It's very clear at this point. Brock does what he wants when he wants, and he's there to get paid.
Boy, wasn't that like proven last night? Like literally the music guy 3 times went to play his music, and he went back to go kick the shit out of Cody. Walked away, music started playing, and he went back to kick the shit out of Cody again.
What's the over under on him bringing back the What did he have last year? The tractor?
Oh yeah, nah. He ain't no
If he
face
was-
right now, bro. That was only a face move.
That'd be a heel move. He did it on Cody.
True.
I mean, from a sports perspective and entertainment perspective, Brock Lesnar, fucking hell of a career, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Start
yeah.
to finish is amazing. So,
Except his NFL career.
well, of course. That was very short lived.
Very short-lived.
Poor thing.
But how many of us is going to last through a training camp?
Yeah. I mean,
I know I wouldn't.
But I mean, like you just got to look at. But besides his NFL short career, his UFC career, he's done big things. WWE career, Japan when he was in Japan, did big things there.
yeah, no, I
He's
agree.
amazing, dude.
One of the greatest.
One of the greatest,
Sure.
you're right. But we're in a situation where he's going up a fan favorite right now, you know? And Cody, I thought he was going to lose a lot of momentum after what happened with Roman Reigns once he lost to Roman. But boy, it did for a bit. It did for a bit. The few pay-per-views after that, you didn't hear the same pop. But I think the more that the story keeps going, the more people kind of, I like
See,
this.
but
Okay.
I'm going to kind of disagree with that a little bit because I mean, you know, the crowd's into Cody. They're into Cody so much, and like this built with him and Brock have been so well done. Just show me. When was the last time you heard Brock actually legitimately get booed?
True.
Absolutely.
I mean,
no,
like, booed
now,
out of the
yes.
building.
Mixed reactions.
Yes,
Yeah.
now, yes, but you didn't.
Even when he was a heel, he would get that mixed reaction.
I
This
get
is-
that.
this
This
is
was
like
a
the-
real boo. Now
I
I'm
mean,
saying
we're
a
talking-
month after
yeah.
WrestleMania, once everything happened, he was still getting that mixed reaction. So now you're seeing more of that boo because they're so behind Cody again. But to me, like I said, maybe it's just the way I see it.
And I
but-
think if he would have lost the momentum, I mean, Cody would not be getting the reaction that he's getting, and Brock would not be getting booed out of the building.
yeah.
I was one of the few people at WrestleMania. I believe in Cody Rhodes. I really do like Cody Rhodes, but the story was not done yet. It was too soon, and that's why I
didn't
said
see it.
Roman was going to
see
win.
it.
And
nobody believed me.
No, me and you both called it. You better go back and watch it again on YouTube.
But Lotto, what's the odds?
Screw
of,
you, Solo.
Do we get this one more time? Just one more time. Can
I
we
would
see
hope
just
so,
one more
bro.
time? Stardust?
Bro, and not even that. I would hope so. Like, man, I don't know. You keep saying Stardust. For a second, I got a little bit of a reminiscence of Goldust too.
Yeah.
So like, oh man, yeah, I would love.
I hated Stardust, and it's funny. One of my friends is actually going to be at SummerSlam. You get a chance to meet him. He told me about the Cody documentary first, and then I watched it, and then I was texting him because he actually loved the Stardust character.
Yeah.
And I, from the moment, like,
No,
I
no, no.
always thought Cody Rhodes had the opportunity when it first came out to be like the next Randy Orton.
Yeah.
And so when he came out as Stardust, I said, that is the dumbest thing. So we would always argue about that back in like 2010, 2011, whenever it happened.
Yeah.
And now, here we go, he's talking about, so we were just texting him, I hate Stardust.
I want to go back and watch a little
With
bit
a
more of
passion.
that dashing Cody Rhodes.
I
watched it
liked him when he was dashing.
So like I
Yeah.
did a little bit. So
Yeah.
like at that time, of course, I would watch wrestling, but it'd be like, oh, cool, it's on. Let me go play some NHL. Oh, cool, it's on. Let me go do this. Or it wasn't like I
He
was
was
paying attention. to
IC
it.
champ,
Oh, yeah,
stashing
yeah.
Cody Rhodes, tag team champ.
Yeah, no, and that's what he
so-
says in the documentary. He
I
was-
liked how he brought back the original IC title for a minute there.
That was dope.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I love wrestling, man. God damn.
It's amazing. So many layers, dude.
I know.
So many layers.
I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate like wrestling the past 3-4 months or 3 months. You know what I'm saying, with the turn that my life has had with losing my dad and everything, dude. Like I remember flying back from Albania and the first thing I wanted to watch, bro, was the pay-per-view event that I missed. I'm like, I want to turn it on, and I watched it, and it just made me feel like, for a minute I didn't have not a care in the world, because of course you're going through a lot of stuff and a lot of pain, but it just gets you back into like a right mindset. And for that, man, I'll go back and just watch like top 10 matches of all time. Top, you know what I'm saying? Like you have all these YouTube channels that do such an amazing job and show these old schools and kind of give you. So wrestling is where it's at, man. I don't know. I just love it, man.
It's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I went back and watched WrestleMania 20 a couple days ago.
Hell yeah.
Just for shits and giggles,
Love
man.
it, dude.
One of my favorite matches.
Yeah, who won?
WrestleMania 20. I just didn't want to bring him up.
Okay.
Who won that main event in that triple threat? I mean,
That's what
I know it was
Chris Benoit.
Benoit, yeah.
Chris Benoit.
Benoit did.
Benoit? I don't know Benoit. They erased him.
Yeah. That's
He's the guy that.
Oh, you know, it's the shadow.
guy.
It was just Vankin. It's Shadow guy.
So moving on to women's triple threat world championship, we got Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, and Asuka. This should be a great match.
banger.
Too.
It's gonna
Another
be a banger.
banger.
Yeah.
And
People continue to doubt Charlotte, but every time she comes out, I feel like Charlotte on a big stage, she brings it.
Yeah,
she does.
Yeah.
She puts up and shows out.
I'm in love with this Io Sky character, bro.
Do you think
Like,
that plays a factor?
I think so. I brought her up for that reason because I love all three women, bro. These are the top three women in wrestling as we speak when it comes to the women's division. I don't see anybody else. I know everybody, the man, this and that, but she's died a long time ago. I've been talking about that. I get it. She's going to get her fans, her pop here and there, but in the end, she's nowhere close to what she was, a year, 2 years ago.
Cabrón, mami.
Mommy. I'm sorry. Mommy's like in a different state. You know, yes, you're absolutely right. But I'm just saying, okay, listen. All right, let's just say it's really like SmackDown and Raw. For SmackDown, no, I'm joking, or for Raw, but no, without a doubt, Mommy's like where it's at, bro. She's on point, but what have they really done with her, right?
Right.
What have they really done with her?
She's been doing nothing.
You know, after WrestleMania, if I'm not mistaken, who did she face? Selena Vega? I get it. They were going to Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
It's a respect thing.
Yeah.
But Selena could have got a respect match just, with something random, and kind of just won that match and be like, okay, that's a respect match as well. Did she deserve a world title shot with one of the hottest women wrestlers at the moment? No.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the things. I still love what they've done, but that's not what we're talking about. As far as the three women, they've always been Charlotte, she's Ric Flair's daughter, so she's one of the best without a doubt.
I think she's the GOAT.
Extremely stale because I don't know what she is still.
Stale or plastic?
Plastic. Great one, though. But for me, I still don't know what she is, right? I think the number one thing the WWE needs to realize is that she's such a true heel. They need to just take it as that, and that's it. Run with it and stop messing with it. You didn't see Ric Flair going from face to heel, face to heel, face to heel. He was a heel, he was a heel. That was it.
Yep.
You were done. He was a face, he was a face. And it was a very short period of time that he was a face a lot of the time, So that's the thing, but
now when Charlotte comes on TV, like she gets that natural mixed reaction.
Yeah.
So no matter what she is, that's how it's going to be because she's at such a status.
Maybe
now.
without a
she's
doubt,
a tweener
bro.
now.
Yeah,
I think she would be a tweener
yeah, I
right
think
now.
She's earned her spot. Like,
she's one of the
main event
best, bro.
material,
She's
for
gonna
sure.
be she's gonna be the 18-time women's champion, 17-time. I'm assuming that's 16 was Rick, right, or 17?
Rick was 16.
16. So 17.
Well, I mean,
she'll
Rick and John Cena are tied with 16.
She'll be
now.
17-time women's champ to beat her dad's legacy, right? And it's right. She deserves it, right? She's amazing. I still love her heelish promos from back in the day when her dad was still around and she was a heel and turned on him and turned on Becky from back in the day. But I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It's gonna be a good match. I just think there's gonna be so much. This match is going to get lost in the middle. I really do.
So maybe they have a cash in to spice it up to make it
That's
memorable.
exactly why I brought up Io Sky. So I appreciate you bringing that back to me because I feel like Io's going to try to make I think it would be great too, right?
Right.
Because she's getting a little bit of a. believe it
I
or not.
like Io.
Me too.
I really do.
Yeah.
But I also do feel like Bianca needs her. She needs to go heel. She needs to go heel.
I'll tell you what, if
I
they-
love Bianca,
Big time. You're right.
but she needs to go heel and join that faction that's about to be basically
Yeah.
there with
The Hurt Business.
the Hurt Business 2.0. Yeah,
Right.
But here's
she would be a perfect fit in that.
And save the Hurt Business
Yeah,
2.0
please,
for
because
later.
I love
Yeah,
that
I
you
wanna
just
bring
brought that up,
Yeah.
bro.
so we're pinning it right now.
I
Yeah.
love that you brought that up. That's a good pin too. But see, that's the thing is like if she goes heel, then who's a real legitimate babyface? Now you've got you got Mommy as a heel. You'll have Charlotte as a tweener, as you said. So now we're kind of stuck, and it's like who's a real babyface? It's not Asuka, right? She's a heel.
And I know you were just you brought up about Rhea, like how you don't like the direction that they're going with her. I love the direction they're going with her because she's a dominant. She literally is proving her dominance in the women's division.
No, I said
Who can
after WrestleMania. I said I didn't know where they were going with it. I get they were trying to pay respect.
Okay. I see where you're saying.
Now
I'm sorry. I apologize.
They've done
that.
a lot of changes. Like I feel like WWE's like, shit, we don't know where to go with it. Okay, let's go this way.
Well,
Okay, well, it worked.
There's
Okay.
this, and Mike knows, and I've posted a few things, screenshotted a group that I'm in on Facebook. There are some people on there that are mad that think that that WWE is ruining Rhea's reign right now, especially like, well, why did they why did they allow Rhea to do what she did to Liv? Because they're trying to prove her and make her a dominant force in the women's division. At this point, who can beat Rhea? There's nobody that can beat Rhea.
They tried to make Raquel look strong, but she's still like, she's clunky and
look
kind of
how
like
sloppy
awkward.
she looked last night.
Yeah.
with
But
that attack.
why do you think that? Correct me if I'm wrong here. Didn't that match get canceled? Weren't they going?
They're moving
Rhea
it
Ripley?
somewhere for like a future match.
Right, exactly. So that means somebody saw something and said, "Yo, this chick ain't ready, bro."
Yeah.
So Raquel Rodriguez, we're going back to the thing of who's going to be that true face in WWE in the women's division. It ain't Becky. I'm sorry to say, you can hate me, but in the end,
I don't hate you at all. No.
It ain't Becky.
She's
'cause
lost her
Becky's
steam.
lost her steam big time.
Yeah.
I don't know what she's
And
trying
she's
to be.
not even on the card. They're moving that. They moved her and Trish to Winnipeg.
Yeah.
I am very upset, by the way, that I won't see Trish Stratus live.
Well, you're right about
You
that.
still might,
I am
though.
too.
You still
she might
might.
show up for
Because everybody
something.
needs to say thank you to her.
Yeah, thank you, Trish. I'll be saying
Yeah,
thank you,
Trish.
Thank you, Trish. Thank you.
Mucho gracias, mamacita.
And he said thank you, Trish.
Thank you, Trish.
But I think, I don't know if EO's going to cash in because you still got Bailey that's kind of.
Bailey has to turn on Io, I feel.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
Right.
so I think
But
that-
Io's
But where, with the direction with her with Shotzi, though, right now, too. I mean,
that vignette from Shotzi, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling
do
you.
you know why she shaved her head? Did you hear the
something
story?
about her friend had cancer.
Her sister's got cancer.
Okay, yeah.
So that's why she shaved her head.
I love
was
it,
because,
dude.
Yeah.
But in the end, that vignette just took me like to like a different place. I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
this is really nice. I'm telling you, man. Like that, I want to be able to like pay attention nonstop, but I'm kind of starting to do like a lot of times when I get off work, I want to work on my Fly with Lotto stuff. I want to edit some
Right.
videos.
Yeah.
So I kind of spend that time to do that. Spend some time with the wife. So sometimes I'm not 100% watching, and that made me watch. It made me turn my head. I even told my wife, like, damn, that's a good vignette right here, man.
So I don't know where I'm going. I don't know who to pick in this
It's
match.
such a hard
I'm
one.
going
for me,
Charlotte so they can add to her title reigns.
Yeah.
Does Charlotte win and then EO cash?
I could see that because
Yeah.
that's a quick in and out. You know what I
This
mean?
is
Another
just
title
give her
reign.
that title reign and then-
Or does what I would like to see is maybe Asuka win and then EO cash on Asuka, and I would love to see that feud between Asuka
That's
and
going.
EO.
Yep.
Now,
That
is it
should
just
be
me, or is Asuka kind of like,
She's lost in the shuffle.
yeah, because the language barrier is an issue,
Big time.
and it doesn't translate well, I don't think, to
But
the
they-
American audiences.
They
That's
give 'em
unfortunate.
They give them these like you don't need to do all that. It's already hard of us to understand them. Like
Yeah.
you don't need to do all this other nonsense where they kind of do the same thing with Shinsuke as well. You're gonna see
wouldn't
wait a
that
minute, bro.
Shinsuke's
Just say
character,
it normally. Like,
But in a way, though, too, I don't think it wasn't a problem before, though, because I mean she's won the title.
no, it was never a problem
times,
before
yeah.
because all you heard is so she's speaking Japanese
Right.
the whole time. When now they're more like they're having her speak more English, but like her English is extremely, and it's okay, right? Like I have foreign parents, I understand, but it's just you're right. She's lost it. I think another thing that's happened is. This is what happens when somebody that is not able to communicate, not able to be in front of the camera all the time and represent as a champ and talk and only be in the background going, look at me.
Yeah.
And that's that lost in the shuffle thing, yeah.
Well, I think that Asuka in NXT, to me, Asuka's NXT run is one of the best things that I've seen in like a long time.
Right.
And I still remember when it was like a multi-women match that was getting set up for a takeover, and they were all coming at Asuka, and Asuka beat all of the women up, and she beat all the security guys up.
Yeah.
And then there was like, and William Regal asked like, who do you want to face? And she was like, all of them.
Yeah.
See, like to me, that is great. To where like she doesn't have to. To me, Asuka, doesn't have to be somebody like Charlotte who can cut a 20-minute promo.
Yeah.
Asuka is just straight
It
about
just-
that action.
it just
I'm
sucks
gonna whip your ass.
I mean,
That's what I love about Asuka.
This current Asuka run really has been pretty crappy.
I don't get the face paint. Like, I feel like they were trying to, like, I know that she did that when she was in the Indies, but I feel like the character was different.
It's her New Japan days.
And like, I feel like sometimes the women don't even look at her like, because I thought the face paint was supposed to be something that's supposed to be intimidating and supposed to be changing, but when she put it on, like, nobody even acknowledged it. Like, you gotta acknowledge
But
it.
it's
So
Great point.
But
it just, like I said before,
that-
it just sucks that Asuka got lost in the show, and she's supposed to be the champion. I mean, this current title reign she's got now has been very lackluster, and it's not her fault.
100%.
This is on creative.
Yeah, this is just bad
Now,
writing.
I mean, why
Bad
are we
creative.
focusing more on Bianca and Charlotte? Where's Asuka in this mix?
Well, look at all the screen time. Like it's Raw, but with Becky and Trish, and they're not even having a match at the pay-per-view.
Right.
But every week
And
there's something with that feud
and I'm
that
still-
it's backwards to me.
I want to know why that one was changed. Why is it?
They don't have
going-
the time. They don't have the room.
But it just
This needed to
but
be a
there-
2-night event.
There's nothing on this card
it
that you would
isn't-
replace with that. With that
Probably
match
the
right now.
triple threat match. I would replace that.
I don't think so.
I don't think so
Yeah,
either.
it's huge.
I don't think
would.
so either.
Those are huge.
Because they're
just
tr-
because it
and
because the whole title the whole title reign. I'm sorry, Lotto.
The only thing I was going to say, the only reason why you cannot change a triple threat match is because of the fact that Money in the Bank is lurking around in this feud.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I
That's
get it,
the
yeah.
only reason why you're seeing that.
But you can also
I see EO doing it though. That's a great point that you brought up. I
Yeah.
can see that.
I started with that, and then I think we're all pretty lost. I'm sure everybody at
Yeah,
home
I
is
mean-
like, damn, you're right. Who does win this? I like where you're going with it. I like the Charlotte idea. Because when I look back and I'm like, okay, these are the matches. This one is kind of like the one that I kept sitting with, and I go, who's going to win this? And Charlotte is a great pick, but only if EO. Because here's the thing. How much longer does Charlotte have, really? How much longer?
That's a good point.
The one thing is, I can see where this is going to be placed. It's going to be the Let Me Out match. Unfortunately, whatever big banger match they have, it's going to be the Let Me Up in between. Unfortunately,
I don't know. I'm actually looking forward to
I'm
it,
looking
man.
for.
Yeah, me too.
I think that this match is going to. And this match reminds me of another match that was looked at that way. It was not their WrestleMania match, but it was another. I can't remember the exact pay per view, but it was Charlotte and Rhea before the WrestleMania match a couple years ago, and they had a match where it was looking like that was going to be the bathroom break match, right?
Yeah.
And it turned and it started off that way where the crowd wasn't into it, and then by the end of it, like you literally
Right.
see how they just got them. So I
But-
think that because of the women involved in this match and how all three are,
Yeah.
even though the story might not be there, I
Right.
think that this is going to be a match that we just like even though we're not liking Asuka's, her creative, we like her as a wrestler. Same
Do
with Bianca,
you
same
remember
with
when I
Charlotte.
talked about in our post WrestleMania show? It's about the placement where they're going to put this match.
Absolutely. And to me,
And when Bianca and Asuka were placed, that match should have probably been the opener.
yeah.
What if this one? I just feel like if you're going to put it, it should be maybe the opener or just after the
You
opener.
can. Time-wise, Logan Paul
Yeah.
said that I need to make it to my brother's match, right? Time-wise, with the way that I know how long that flight takes, right?
Yep.
With
Yep.
the two-hour flight. And with time, WrestleMania starts at 8, or excuse me, SummerSlam starts at 8, if I'm not mistaken, right? So if they're starting at 8, I don't know, are they doing anything before 8? Are they doing
There's no kickoff, so
There's no kickoff? There has to be a kickoff.
I don't
There's
think
always
so.
a
Unless
kickoff
unless they
at
announce it
7.
on Friday on SmackDown.
Detroit.
What the hell's going on, dude? No kickoff. They better have a press conference.
Thanks, Vince.
Yeah, thanks, Vince.
Hey, man, just
No.
come here.
Oh, man.
But
there's
you look
so
at the
many
card. The card is loaded. Like I'm looking forward to every match,
That's
and I
what I'm
wasn't
saying.
that impressed with the build-ups. We talked about
Yeah.
that too before.
I was gonna say-
and I'm like, what they've done the last month has really got me invested in all these storylines. With the exception, that's probably the least best story.
And
But
that-
because all the variables and the star power, that's what draws my interest.
Depends. And when I say depends, that's what I will be wearing because I don't know when I'm going to go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to have to wear some shit to go to the Hey, you go to the bathroom? Oh, yeah. I'm warm now. So, that's been sitting in my head for fucking 30 minutes, I swear to God.
What, you got a shit for...
No, it depends. That depends. I try to cut you off with it, and I'm like, when is the perfect time? Because it was a perfect time earlier to say, but I'm just messing around.
I think the reason why I said that I would replace that match with Trish and Becky is because of the how they've built it.
Yes.
So,
yeah. With that being said, I got Bianca winning.
Nice.
I got Bianca winning.
I'm going to go your route, Charlotte, and then Io cashing in.
I would like to see Io.
Yeah.
I would like to see Bianca win and then Io because I think that
it
would
doesn't matter. It'll work
I think
anyway.
that would also add because I think Io needs to be a face, and if you're talking about Bianca turning heel, I think that would add to it because she just lost the title.
but what if Bianca though? That would be perfect to make her even more heel.
I
didn't even think of that.
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Now that you said that, I kind of like that.
All right, you convinced me. I'm going to go Bianca with Io cashing.
I'm still with Mo Money Mike.
Split table there. So coming up next, we got the visionary, the revolutionary Seth freaking Rollins putting the Workman's title up against Finn Balor. This is a rubber match too, isn't it?
Yes,
this is the third time. So
because their first one would be the SummerSlam from 16.
Right,
It really wouldn't be a rubber match though because Seth's won the last two.
Oh, you're right.
Really,
You're right.
Hasn't been.
Yeah, he would have to have been
Finn won the
1-1
first
in
one.
order.
Yeah.
Finn won at SummerSlam.
No.
2016.
Oh, he
because
did.
was the
He's
first-
right.
Yeah, he was the
He's
first
right.
Universal Champion.
And then he had to relinquish the title.
That's right. Yeah.
So you're right. I'm sorry.
It would be a rubber
I am
match.
mistaken.
part 3.
I apologize.
You came in.
Knock on wood if you're with me.
You know, I'm sorry to say, I'm not a fan of Seth Rollins.
Unbelievable. And you know what's funny? Because I brought this up in the group chat. They were dogging on Seth before
I've
this
been
whole,
dogging on him.
This whole thing blew up. And he's got nothing but popular and more popular.
I don't know.
The
Man.
song, the wrestler, everything.
I think it's just
I don't
a song.
hate Seth.
I don't hate Seth either. Right, that's what I'm saying. I don't hate Seth. I love Seth.
I'm going to be there on Saturday night orchestrating, baby.
Seth is one of my favorite WrestleMania moments when he cashed in the Money in the Bank. Seth, I love Seth, bro.
I've always been a Seth Rollins fan, man.
Seth Rollins hit my hand with his knee.
Yeah,
in
I
our
remember
show.
that. I remember that story alone. You know what I'm saying from our last podcast that we did. My number one thing is that song. It's great. Thank you. I appreciate it, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bring him in. Where's the Alpha
This
Academy?
is literally
I
this song
love
has
him.
literally become the new What chant.
Yes.
No, the What chant is so bad.
It's bad, but in my opinion, it's up there now. It's taken over the What chant.
What?
It drives me nuts having to hear this particular song.
We're heels when it comes to this.
Hell no!
Hearing this particular song with the crowd doing it like it's stupid moments.
Yeah.
I love it.
The worst moment.
They do it during the.
Just like the What
For
chant.
Seth though, I haven't seen them do it for another while other acts are out.
No.
You know, like at least with the
I
What
see what
chants,
you're
like
saying.
you know,
They do it
What chants,
every
they
time
do it for
one.
anybody.
Yeah.
They were
Seth
doing
is like,
what?
it's specific to Seth Rollins.
So I went to a house show, and they actually I don't know, up north here somewhere, and it was in like Detroit, so it was a very smaller. It was Saginaw, okay, and they were doing it nonstop, and I'm like, dude, can you guys stop? Like, I don't think he's coming out tonight. Like, I think this is SmackDown, not Raw, you know. but
Yeah. I mean, hey, and you realize, you know that you guys are going to be hearing people doing that as you're walking up to your seats.
Yeah.
And they're going to do it until the show starts.
And we're going to
I'm
remember
I'm
Gumpzilla.
going to be doing
And
it.
I'm going to be like, I am glad I am home watching this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I'll be sure to send you a short clip, Al.
Oh, thanks, Mike.
I'll be like, oh, my Depends is full. I got to go to the bathroom.
Seth's
now
Lambo.
that I have my rant out,
No, I mean,
Unbelievable. I didn't know
I'm
people felt this
100%
way.
with
I know,
you,
right?
and I know that I love Seth. I'm not gonna lie, and please hate me on the comments and say whatever you want, and hate Gump and
Yeah.
for that reason as well. But like in the end, Seth, I said it in WrestleMania. There's something about this character that does not resonate with me. It might be me, but the character's not there for me. Is the song over? Yes, there was. Right? Is it annoying now? Sure. You know, and is that more of a heel view on my end? Yeah. but it's only because like I know Seth, and I just love him as a heel Seth, and I think he needed to create something of himself, and he's done that. But is he worth to be this type of champion? No, because I don't think it's done anything to this championship. I don't think like Seth Rollins has made this championship to be the top championship. We don't look at that championship as that.
That's not what it's meant to be, though.
I understand that, but in the end, I don't look at this championship as this is the world heavyweight champion, right? Mm-hmm. The world heavyweight champion to me is a pretty big title.
Yeah.
At one point, that was the number one title. I think this is a WCW one, right?
Yeah.
So at one point, this was the number one title in WCW. Hulk Hogan, Goldberg, right?
Who else would you have carry that title right now?
I mean, I get
Gunther?
it.
Gunther's the Intercontinental Champion on Raw, but it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. So they don't. They don't.
But, I mean, that would be the only other person I can think of right now.
That would be a great feud.
Then again, though, Finn has really, made himself in this rivalry, though.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that
he just doesn't get the reactions
Finn.
I wish he would get, though.
He's not going to because he's such a face guy. He was always getting the reaction then. Yeah. He's not a great heel guy because his persona, the way he talks, he doesn't have.
He's a likable guy.
Yeah, he's a very likable guy. Even as a heel, you're like, I like him.
But but Finn has really made himself like with this heel character now. He's like really embraced it.
Yeah,
and a part of me feels like he might do it. He could do it.
I got him winning.
But then, remember how we were talking about EO with the case? We still have Senior Money in the Bank.
This is the only thing that scares me. Is like all of these things coming into play with Senior Money in the Bank, and then of course there's a little bit of the factions. Always, all of these factions are getting some type of a turmoil, and it's like, wait. What are we doing here? And I'm sure there's something that the WWE is looking into and saying, okay, let's just experiment with this. Let's see how this is going to go. But to me, it's a hard one. I do want Finn to win, only because to get that opportunity again. And I love what he's done after their match. I didn't think their match. When was their last match that they had?
Was that Money in the Bank?
Money in the Bank.
It
didn't resonate with me. I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm excited about this. Is Seth and Finn. This is going to be amazing. 2016, that shit was a show, bro. That was hell yeah. You became a true fan of them. You know what I'm saying? And they weren't even like the top guys. It was an NXT guy that just came in, and Seth, hey, just kind of. I think at the time he had just left Roman and God, I can't Ambrose. Thank you. So like for me, giving Finn the opportunity to win again and having that moment that he deserves, great. Yes, you can do it, and nobody's going to be upset with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not going to look bad in your part as far as WWE. But, Seth wins. I mean, Seth is at a high point, so you're right. I can't hate on him. I'm not sitting here and being like, oh, I don't think he should be there. Yes, he is at a high point. Has he gone up and up?
To your point, though, I don't think Seth even needs a title right now. He's that popular, so I feel like now would be an opportune time to give him that title. Let him, succeed that story, all the bad shit that's gone on for the last 7 years, and let him have his run and make Judgment Day even more stronger.
Yes.
Or you could have Senior Money in the Bank cash in on Finn. So
I mean, WWE is so high on the Judgment Day right now. Why not give him the title? Yeah. I mean, that if you have, it would actually fit the Judgment Day, because now you would have Finn as the world champion. You've got Senior Money in the Bank, Damian Priest. Mm-hmm. You have now the North American champion, Dominic Mysterio, and then you have the women's world champion, Rhea Ripley. I mean, that really actually would make that faction just super strong on Raw.
The bloodline's crumbling, the Judgment Day's rising.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, yep.
That's how it goes.
I mean, why not?
I kind of like that now. I didn't even think about that. North American champ, women's champ, and then of course, World Heavyweight Champ. Wow.
And really, to be honest, I mean, now, like, I was probably going to not watch Raw for a little bit because, I mean, there's really nothing interesting. But this Judgment Day has now really kind of brought me maybe making me keep or stay watching Raw, keep watching Raw right now, because just so interesting with them.
Yeah. And I was a hater in the beginning. I didn't like it.
I agree.
Judgment Day you're talking about?
Yeah, and they really grew on me.
Yeah, me too.
And I think, too, what we were talking about in terms of the belt, the world title, it's not viewed in that high regard right now. But I think that if Finn wins, you have that story. The story to me can also help to elevate the title.
It's true.
With with Senior Money in the Bank. Even though I have, at this point, I think that what's going to happen, and probably won't, but this is just my wild mind. I think that Damian Priest is going to not attempt, but kind of tease a cash in where he's like looking at it. I think this is where Bray Wyatt comes back.
Really?
I have no inside information. I don't know why I think this. I think Finn is going to win, and I think Bray Wyatt is returning at SummerSlam, and I think it's either it could be at 3 points, Cody being one, Finn being another one, and then the main event being the other one.
I like that.
But I think I'm picking this one.
You know, I love that, but I've been so disappointed because I'm such a Bray fan.
Me too.
But this has just been such a letdown.
Yeah. It has. But
And
Too many starts and
I'd mark
stops.
out, though, if it happened.
that's what I'm saying. I think just maybe because I'm a huge, like, I know, Bray Wyatt is hot and cold, but I'm a huge Bray Wyatt fan, and maybe I'm just being selfish saying I want to see it happen.
Philly, you
could
tell
see
me
it.
right now, if Bray does actually come back and this happens, would you want the Bray Wyatt of old? We're talking about before Fiend. We're talking about the old school. What I've always said, that Louisiana character that makes you think like you're watching True Blood. Vampire stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Well, here's something to think about. I would love to see the Eater of Worlds come back.
Yeah,
the original character, the rocking chair.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think Braun Strowman's been off TV for a long time too. Maybe they repackaged the Wyatt family somehow.
maybe.
Eric Rowan's a free agent.
Yes. Great point.
It's
dude.
all
Kinda
possible.
crazy.
So who are we
The
picking
Battle of
in
the
the
Judgment Day.
I don't
Who are we
know.
picking in the world title match? I'm going to take Finn.
I got Finn.
So I've got Finn, and then I've got the Senior Money in the Bank
Two Money in the
trying
Bank
to cash it in, and then his boy's going to come back and disappoint, and he's not going to win it.
What if
I don't see Damian Priest as the
what
champ
if
right
you
now.
can
I
see
don't.
Damian
like him though.
like some you were saying teasing, but using it as a distraction to Seth in order for Finn to win.
That as well. I was just hoping that Bad Bunny would come in town. You know what I'm saying? that was my thing. I was like, Bad Bunny's going to interfere. And,
I'm marking out too. I'm marking out.
like, I'm going to
Let's
take
not-
the money at the bank
Yeah,
now.
let's not talk about that again because I still hated that finish.
I
Yes.
don't care, man. Bad Bunny's amazing.
Yeah. I'm a fan of him.
Well, I'm actually gonna go with Seth.
Not mad at it.
I would love to see Finn win
Yeah.
though too. I would not be mad at it. As big of a Seth fan as I am, I don't think he necessarily needs the title. And like Kari, you said, it would only elevate the belt more right now. So
We have the dirt sheet. We always find out what's wrong with somebody.
Yeah.
Like why somebody hasn't been, whether they've been, whether they walked out of the company, whether like what they've been hurt from or something. But there was something I feel, I don't want to speculate, but there's something that happened with Bray that I think that wasn't just somebody didn't want to work with him.
Yeah.
I think there was, I don't know,
Yeah.
something happened.
I mean-
and so I hope he's all right, but
I know
something happened
losing-
in terms of...
None of us said that we hated Bray.
we
we don't hate Bray.
I love Bray.
I love Bray, too.
love Bray.
But like it was starting to get to the Gaga. Creative. It once again we were talking about creative with Asuka. It's creative. They don't
It's not-
know what they have with Bray Wyatt
I
at all.
completely agree with that.
It's all on creative.
I mean, you had Uncle Howdy, then you were teasing Alexa Bliss, then she gets hurt. So you got all these layers and factors going into it too, and that really complicates the situation.
Yeah.
I love this entrance, though. This music that you're playing in the background, I do really
I'm
love
telling you,
that.
the entrance that when
Yeah.
he returned, I just watched his return
At Extreme Rules, that was amazing.
Yeah, and he his character just got put into WWE 2K23.
Oh, really?
And so I was playing with it, and I was like, dude, I'm all in on his entrance, and I want to see what he would have. I just want to see what they were doing with the character. I just wanted a resolution to what was happening.
I don't mind the character, just don't bring all the extra hooplas, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I know-
that's the thing that I'm kind of...
So you don't like maybe him bouncing characters?
I don't like that.
You don't like that at all?
No, because he was great when he was just basically, he would cut a promo and he's, very like charismatic, very slow.
Have the
You remember-
fireflies.
he was at his
You
best.
do a perfect Bray Wyatt from back in the day, please.
We're here, John.
There you go. That I'm telling you, bro. I swear. I don't know if you guys, but I'm like, damn, dude. This guy, like, he scared me the way he talked, but it was like cool as hell too, though.
But I know you were talking about how you think Bray's probably going to come with this match with Seth and Finn. The rumor and innuendo is it's actually going to be Cody and Bray. Like Bray's supposed to be the next one that is supposed to go feud with Cody.
I love that.
See that?
I love that.
And I think that Cody is is a dramatic guy. You know, can be very dramatic. So I think that could be. I just hope they don't overbook that. Just let them just promo. They could be good promos, and they have. Good
I just
matches.
don't want them to overbook Bray in general.
True.
With his character.
I'll tell you what, man. We're here.
Yeah, bring me that Bray. I'm good.
Down by the bayou, Bray.
Bro, bring me that guy. Bring me that whole
The Fireflies,
and then the Luke Harper hologram. Boom, we're done. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
That's boom, dude. You know what I'm saying? You're doing holograms these days. Do that.
I think that really
Bro,
messes
you
with
don't
his
see-
psyche too, losing you know, Luke. That was tough.
True.
Maybe I'm just a Bray Wyatt stan because I like the Fiend too. So I just like Bray Wyatt.
I like
did
the
like the
Fiend as
Fiend.
well, but
The booking was terrible.
Yeah.
Like having
Yeah, I
losing
agree.
to Goldberg and then
I
losing to
agree.
Randy Orton at WrestleMania. It's like, what are we doing here?
Exactly
You're
what
taking
we-
all the steam out of this character.
So,
Then-
I did not understand when he lost the WWE title to Randy Orton. That made no sense at that WrestleMania.
well, we can have a whole podcast on what they did wrong with Bray Wyatt.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do it again next week. Live episode 93.
Tune back.
We're gonna have Bray Wyatt here. What went wrong?
Hey man,
Can you get dressed up?
my creative, man.
Let me tell you, man.
We got Bray in the house. There it is.
So how do you
we have the
guys-
lights off
I'm a
because
struggle character, man.
Before we get to like the main event and all that, what do you guys feel with Grayson Waller possibly having The Rock?
Dude, I would love if you smell hits, dude, that place is gonna go bananas.
Wait, what?
Oh, you didn't hear that more than likely The Rock is probably going to be at SummerSlam because Grayson Waller invited him to be on his show.
Grayson Waller effect. Yeah.
Could
That
you
would-
imagine, Kari?
Well, first off, I would go crazy.
Yeah.
But that would be hilarious that the person in WWE to get The Rock to come back would be Grayson Waller and not Roman Reigns, the tribal chief. And then I would, after I pop for The Rock, I would then start saying, "You're ducking the tribal chief." So I would turn. So it'd be a quick turn on The Rock.
Yeah.
Because you can't come back for Grayson Waller when your tribal chief is in there getting ready to.
I know
go to
when
battle.
we were talking in between, when we were talking about like The Rock and Roman, and maybe like how much they want to rush it. It's all because the reason why The Rock is able to do this is because of the strike that's in Hollywood right now.
Yep.
So now they have their opportunity to bring Rock and bring maybe even John Cena. That's why you're able to have them, because you have the strikes in Hollywood. There's no shows that are being taped because of the strike. Why not?
I'm
This
not
is the
putting
time to do it now.
myself into that. I always let myself down. Oh yeah, he's coming back. This person, and then they don't. So I stopped even watching all the Bleacher
Well,
reports.
since this
and-
happened organically, before we get into the main event, my last thing was, who do you guys think is going to come back, if there's anyone? Because I honestly feel it's either going to be Bray or Randy Orton, because there's all these photos of Randy Orton working out, and they say he's ready. I think it's going to be one of the two. I could see Randy coming back and getting after Cody Rhodes too as a heel. Because there's a history there as well.
Yeah.
So-
Wait, you're telling me that Austin Theory's not going to be
It's on the card.
That isn't.
That's for this Friday?
Next Friday, actually.
Yeah.
Against Santos Escobar.
Damn.
Which I think they're trying to. I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to.
They want a
Build
Hispanic.
They want a Latino chick.
What I'm saying is, I think just like how they're doing the Becky, Trish a couple weeks from now. Like it seems like they're trying to make these Raws and SmackDowns a little more important after.
Yeah, I love that.
It, which
Yeah.
It's a catch-22,
And that
obviously
makes
we'd like to
sense,
see
too,
more,
yeah.
But we,
I just don't think with the night the way it's going to be that they didn't have room for this. That's going to be those bathroom breaks. I'm sorry to say, but I don't think anybody cares about Escobar, whoever. I don't even know his name. Is he?
Well, see,
Santos.
there's that Grayson Waller effect, though. I think
LWO didn't become LWO from Santos.
I mean, you know that they lately now with these like big shows, they have like a big interview session in between like the two matches, between like the second from last match and the main event.
Yeah.
So that would make sense why you're going to have the Grayson, probably more than likely the Grayson Waller
they're trying
effect
to push
right
him.
there
Well, I was
in that
trying to-
particular spot.
Who's it? I was trying to think of somebody that could be a because they just had John Cena come back with Grayson Waller, but who could be that guy in that spot? And with it being in Detroit, and I was thinking at first I was like, well, would Rob Van Dam get that type of pop?
Probably not.
No,
I mean, he would get a
He would
pop, but he
but
would.
is it? I think that someone, and this is where again my brain goes left sometimes. I think that the New Day.
Oh, they're definitely
I think the New Day is on the way, and I think that I've just been noticing. But Big E has been with the Michigan Panthers.
Yeah.
I have a
Oh,
picture
you're
with him. I went to a
absolutely
Michigan
right, bro.
Panthers.
I
game.
didn't think about that.
He's been at
Nicest
Ford
guy.
Field with the Michigan Panthers, and I think they had I don't know if it was the New Day but I know Kofi was there with them.
The last home game for the Michigan Panthers, they had all three.
Okay, so I just feel like that would be something where that could be a huge pop.
Can I tell you a story real quick about Big E?
Please.
So I was able to I got my picture taken with him. Nicest guy ever. So towards the tail end of the game, he's like literally 2 sections away from me. It's all lower bowl, but he's 2 sections away from me. And I watch and I see like this line of people getting pictures and autographs with Big E. This guy is like one of the nicest people out there. He made sure every single person that was in line or in the bleachers had a picture and an autograph with him.
That's awesome.
And there were a ton of people too. He made sure every last person got it.
Just say,
What a great guy!
I love his story too about playing football.
Yeah, he was at Iowa. He was
Iowa
got
blew
hurt.
his knee out twice. You know what I mean? But kept rehabbing, keep finding his way, dude. I love those stories. That shows great resilience, man.
I'm really hoping him coming back from that neck surgery. But he said the only reason why I was thinking New Day is just because he said that he was feeling like he said he feels fine. It's just a matter of
I did not realize though how. I mean, like he's about my height, but I didn't realize like how buff he really is. I mean, he might even be bigger than he was because I mean, all he's probably doing is just work out, and
Working
rehab.
out, getting ready, yeah.
So, but great guy.
Love them.
So if you had to pick one, who's it going to be? Who do you think's going to return? 'Cause, I mean, it's SummerSlam, right? The WrestleMania fallout is over. Now you're getting into the last quarter of the year.
Yeah.
You're going to wind it down, getting into Royal Rumble season.
Oh.
Yeah.
So storylines are changing.
Yep.
So I feel like something's going to happen. For me, I think it's going to be Randy, though.
Oh, I love that. But I heard that he was still having some back issues.
Well, I think at his age, back issues are going to be a problem. You know,
he's
but,
getting close to. We're at the twilight of.
Yeah, he's on a back 9 for sure.
I haven't been watching any of the Bleacher Reports. I don't watch any of that stuff, right? So, like, I specifically stay away from it, especially from a big pay-per-view event, only because of the fact that I want to make sure that I'm genuinely surprised.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, even when Cody came back at Royal Rumble, I kind of had a feeling, you know, but they still said, hey, it might be early, you know, for this type of injury. But every time somebody's had a bad injury, it's always that 9-month mark. And that's exactly where
Yeah.
we were. So it was still a great surprise, but everybody apparently was talking about it. And I'm like, no, I'm staying away from you.
Yeah.
You know, because I know what you're going to talk about, you know. So it's just, I always stay away from it. For me, if it is the New Day, that's awesome. If it's Randy, that's even better, right? Because who doesn't love Randy? I think we all need a little bit of Randy right now in WWE. The only thing is, where can he go with it? I feel like Randy, they do the same thing, and especially in the past 5 years, where Randy comes in, he gets this big pop and with any return, and then it just goes stale.
Yeah.
What they don't know what to do. Then he becomes this Mr. RK Bro, and then all of this other stuff, and it just becomes like where
He does
you're
his
not
best
interested.
work as a
yeah,
heel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
for sure.
definitely, bro. Definitely.
They always say it's actually easier to play a heel than a face because.
Shows with Roman Reigns.
Yep. Big surprise. I'm going to stick with The Rock. I mean,
You really think The Rock is?
I
be
do.
amazing, dude.
How about
This
this?
is the time to do it.
This is Backyard Wrestling Creative coming out at me. What if they have the Grayson Waller effect before the main event? Okay, he rock bottoms, Grayson Waller.
Okay.
They're cleaning the, he's showing off to the fans, and then Roman's music hits. Even though he's the champion, he's going to come out first, and they have that moment where they look at each other.
I love that.
And set it up for the future.
Yeah.
See, I actually feel like that might go
dream
that
match.
route, because if they do that and just have that stare down, then you know something's in the works, and it's going to depend on how fast they're going to want to get it done before they strike a deal in Hollywood.
I just feel that if The Rock returns, it's got to be to confront Roman.
Yeah.
Before.
Well, it has to be.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that I feel like his that initial, if you smell like that right there,
Yeah.
is gonna be after a Roman Reigns says acknowledgement.
Yeah.
And then it's like, no, The Rock comes out and it's like, so I mean, I would love to, dude, I would love to see.
I don't want them to touch.
No,
Just and not
walk
say a
away.
word. Just look at each other. That's it.
You don't want this, the Nation of Domination?
No, I want that one. I want that. We are the nation.
Of course, I want the nation. of
Domination.
Are you kidding me? I'm all about the
Poor, I
nation.
still feel bad for Farouk.
Made money.
My man, everybody else gets a Rolex. He gets a picture of The Rock.
That's why I feel bad for. See, I knew you'd get it. I knew you'd get it.
Did you see the table for three?
Yeah. What are they talking?
I mean, they once again, like, you know, D-Lo and the Godfather get Rolexes. He gets a picture of The Rock, and then they're like, "Well, if you get that autograph," he's like, "Oh, that's a good idea."
That was so amazing, bro, when they did that. That was so amazing.
You see that TikTok video of D'Lo Brown? It was him coming down the stage, bobbing his head.
You showed me, bro.
He's like,
You showed
what
me
was it?
that.
Oh, me after I puke and rally at a party. And it's him coming.
I mean, no joke though. I mean, that moment with like the nation with the Rolexes in the picture is like both my brother's favorite wrestling moment. That every time they see that, they laugh their asses off.
Dude, one of the best.
Oh, yeah.
One of the
Good
best.
times. Well,
Taking me back.
it's about that time, boys.
Who we got here?
Come on.
So it's time for the main event. We got Tribal Combat in Motor City, baby, for the undisputed Universal WWE Championship.
Doesn't get much bigger than this.
The head of the table, Roman Reigns versus cousin Jey Uso, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm excited for this.
it's going to be a war.
I think it's going to get overbooked. I think we're going to see every Samoan minus The Rock. I don't think The Rock is going to.
Really?
So I think we're seeing Rikishi. I think we're seeing the Wild.
I love
We're
that.
seeing the elders because
Yeah.
he said he was talking to the elders.
Yeah.
We're going to see the elders. We're going to see all
love
of
it.
the Samoans. It's going to be. I think it's going to be crazy. Honestly, I think the Samoans is going to like surround the ring.
Yeah.
And it's gonna
Like a
be
lumberjack
yeah,
match.
it's gonna be like a
But,
lumberjack
yeah.
match, but it's just like they're just gonna be. I don't know. It's
I'm
just-
watch.
that would be a dope idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually a really good
because
idea.
tribal combat, like obviously is a is how many ways can you come up with a no DQ?
Yeah.
Yeah.
right. But I think that to just add that little extra flavor to it, I think they're gonna be surrounded. Like I just picture like two guys in the tribe going at it, but like everybody's watching.
Yeah.
right.
Not doing anything, just watching.
Just
Yeah.
watching. Just watching.
I am just.
And
I am so excited for this match. And even though maybe I know who's probably going to win this match, it just like the whole we've talked about it like at the last show. the with the bloodline, this storyline is cinema.
It is.
Absolute
Still gets
cinema.
better and better.
And when you think they're going this direction,
Yep.
they come in and they turn the
Yep.
corner and throw something at you didn't expect to see.
100.
I am loving this element. This once again, the element of surprise has been phenomenal.
Well, the Sami Zayn stuff was gold. The introducing Solo was
Yep.
great. The rift between the brothers. Then the turn on Roman was awesome. I think you're obviously going to see Jimmy.
Yeah.
He'll
I
come
think
back.
so too. Yeah.
At least to try to help his brother.
And I've got a theory on that when we get to the.
I think
Let's
We're
talk
there.
about it.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
baby.
We're already
I
there.
feel like Jimmy might turn on Jay.
that could be a thing.
Wow.
That could be a thing.
I'm just
And now
I've got
he
it.
becomes the right hand man.
He becomes the right hand man. He can
The next tribal chief.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it
Didn't
would.
even think of that. That's awesome.
Why not?
They said at the end of WrestleMania when they did the press conference, and Paul Heyman is the one,
Yeah.
That's my trouble, G.
just standing there. I mean, if you watch Paul Heyman,
Did you see him on First Take today? Did you see him on First Take today?
No, I bet you he was sitting there like this the whole time.
He said, so Stephen A. Smith, Stephen A. Smith says hello to Paul Heyman first. He said, "Did you acknowledge the tribal chief?" The first thing you said. He said, "Did you acknowledge the tribal?"
Bro, I'm telling you,
they walk
bro.
out together, and Stephen A's like, "Let me get."
Stephen A's like, damn, these motherfuckers, this ain't fake. This is real.
He like tried to, yeah. So that's hilarious.
But Paul Heyman said that we're only 30% into the storyline.
Yeah.
So if we're 30% into that storyline at that time, we're only at 50 to 60% right now. So there's so much more. So I kind of like that idea of Jimmy being the right-hand man.
Yeah. I mean, Jimmy can say that he can blame Jay for the attack that was given to Jimmy.
Yep.
I mean, and it would once again just fit that storyline.
Yep.
You know what's funny is that I agree with everything you're saying, except for I don't think Jimmy is doing it to get into the good graces of Roman. I think Jimmy is going to cost Jay this match, but I think he's going to say to hell with any fan. I think he's going to say he doesn't want no family. That's my thing. Is I think he's going to say no fan because I think he was the one that he wanted.
It just to me it wouldn't fit though.
No,
it just would not fit.
No.
Why would you have Jay?
Fit.
Why would you have Jay, who would be basically he would be banished from the bloodline, and then have Jay still go on his own, or Jimmy go on his own? It just wouldn't make sense. Wouldn't fit. Just my opinion.
Yeah,
Right?
so many layers to this story. I love it.
Anyway, and I can't remember if I was telling you or someone else, but I was saying that Roman, what makes Roman so great is that he has like 5 or 6 guys that we could build a story around that could beat him, and it would be satisfying.
Yeah.
Right? One obviously being Cody Rhodes. I think Jay, like you see the pop that Jay got when he won in at the Money in the Bank.
Oh yeah.
If he beat him,
Jay has been, and Mo Money Mike talked about this even at the WrestleMania show, that Jay has been an amazing. Just everything about him right now is just oozing confidence and oozing so much, and he's just so good at everything that he's doing, and just that character that he's bringing in fire. I even think that he was better in most promos than Jimmy. And I feel like back in the day when the Usos were just, the Usos with face paint on, it was Jimmy that was always carrying the mic, and that was not the case when it came to, now where Jay has become a leading character in a sense, right?
Right.
And a leading man.
If you would have told me that Jay Uso, like me saying, him could win the world title, the fact that you guys are not saying, what are you talking about?
Back in the day, we would have been like, well, you're crazy. Yeah. But now you're like,
He could, if he went on to Raw and won the world heavyweight title, he can be, to me, he's proven himself to be a top guy. So it's that, he might hit a super kick and then a splash after some craziness.
Right.
And it's like, we're going to have that. Is he's going to be that Roman's going to kick out probably at 2.99999.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be like, man, we're going to be like, man, he could have won that. But I do think that Roman is going to walk out of there with that. with the belt.
Roman kind of has to.
No, this is definitely Roman. It's not that Jay's winning. I don't think so. I don't see it.
But okay, so let's just play the what if game. What if Jay wins? Is there any chance?
Brother, if we played the what if game, believe me, we went through this on the WrestleMania show, and you know what? We went 4 hours in.
Right. Say there's a chance.
So you're telling me there's a
if
chance?
Jay wins, what do you do then? Where does it go?
I don't know, man. Have them pay me the money, though, right?
I mean, you're okay. Hypothetically, we are paying you the money right now.
Shit, I don't know. Dude.
You're on the spot. WWE wants an answer right now, so you have to get that answer right now.
I see why sometimes it comes out as crap because
because they might come out.
I mean, that's the one thing. Like with Hulk Hogan, with his character, was always somebody would bring up a situation with Hogan. What if I do this, and we do this, we do that, and we do that, and he goes, okay, I like it, but then what do we do after that? and then what?
Right.
And so, like, if Jay wins,
So you have that moment,
and then
but
what? Yeah.
happens after?
You remember
Okay.
that these storylines, and I think when it comes to the main events and the big championships, right? These storylines are written months in advance, right? So they already know, and they have 14 outs as well. So they say, okay, this is the storyline that we're going with. But if we need to change something, here's A, B, C, D, and E, right? And then we pick from that. And then they might go with A first, B second, right? All of that.
Right.
But it's just Jay winning would not take. I don't know where to go with it.
I mean, it'd be a cool moment, but then what happens after?
If that's the case,
Yeah.
LA Knight should have already won. If it's just for cool moments, right?
They're playing the long game with it.
But they're playing the long game, and they're doing the same thing in the scenario, man. Roman Reigns, I said at a WrestleMania show, Roman Reigns is going to be a champion for a long time.
Probably till WrestleMania.
And there's a reason why they brought in the heavyweight championship and said what they said. We're going to have a fighting champion, right? To kind of make it seem like someone, because Roman's going to be that same old, hey, couple matches here and there for the title, but no matter what, it's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
I love the fact that I'm hearing now from you, because I don't know. I didn't even put Rikishi and all the Samoans. Yeah, but you're right.
Yeah.
He did say that on the promo.
The elders.
Where
I love
we're going to bring the elders.
You see,
I didn't even think about that.
I was
until you said
already
that.
excited for that match, and if that
Alpha
happens,
and
I'm going to be
I'm
like
at
through the roof.
man. Well, now you guys talking about The Rock. I'm like, fuck, I'm going to be there live. Like, wait,
I'm not.
I'm
I'm
going to
gonna
go
be
home and be
watching
like,
it on
babe,
TV.
these guys said The Rock's going to be there. If it doesn't happen, I'm going to be like, damn, I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
Then I guess we'll have to have a European Crusher versus Gumpzilla match.
I got it, bro. I'm ready to go.
Well, how do you guys feel about Roman Reigns at this point? Because I think
He's the tribal chief.
you may say whatever you want. I know Gump, you're not a huge fan, but I think at the end of the day, with what he's done already, he's got to be in that conversation as one of the greats of all
Top
time.
5 of all time.
I mean, for
Top
sure.
5.
I mean, I may not be the biggest Roman fan, but you got to give credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
And I love everything that's going on with the bloodline storyline, and it does start with Roman. Yeah. It does. It starts with maybe more Paul Heyman.
Thank you so much. So you
I'm
read
sorry.
my mind right
I'm sorry.
away, bro.
Paul Heyman.
It starts with him.
It starts with him.
Wise man.
And you can tell that whole storyline, this entire storyline,
Yeah.
is coming from the brain of Paul Heyman.
This is Paul.
For sure.
This
Is all Paul.
Dude, I went back and watched that first clip, even though it was Thunderdome days, when Roman was signing that contract for the SummerSlam match, the triple threat with Bray and Braun.
Yeah.
And then it panned to Paul Heyman sitting there looking at him.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, bro.
I was like, holy shit.
But
This
let's
is
look
it.
back
This is what
and
we've
give
all been
the
waiting for. You know what I mean?
Let's give the respect to Paul Heyman where it's due. CM Punk, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar,
Yep.
Roman Reigns,
Curtis Axel.
Curtis Axel. But I wouldn't even go that route. I wouldn't even go that route.
We're going to pass on.
Yeah, we're
You
gonna-
might as well say Ryback on that one, too.
And we're back on the Fives of the Week podcast. Sorry for that commercial break.
I had to say that. I had to say that.
One of our microphones got cut out.
Just edit me out.
He's not here.
I mean, if you want to go like really old school, I mean, he did kind of like temporarily managed meat.
Yeah.
I
mean, if we really want to go, we can Taz, right? Yeah, hey, no. But I was going with, look at what you've seen from two other characters that you really never thought. You said, man, if you would have told me Jay and Jimmy would be like a main event, they went and main evented WrestleMania, and we were like, wow. But look at their characters of what they've become, especially Jay.
It's unreal.
And that's all because of, A, what he's seen from Roman, without a doubt, but B, the most important thing, and this should be really like A, right, is Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman is creating all of this for them.
He's an elevator.
He's elevating all these stars, man.
Yeah.
So kudos to him, bro.
And thank you, Vince, for not getting involved in this at all.
Yeah. Thank you, Vince and Trish.
Oh, some old school Rikishi right
That's
here.
right. Bad man.
After he ran over,
Who you got,
This
though?
was
I did
Adrian
it
Wayne's
for the
theme
ro-
from Just Bring It.
I did it for the Rock.
I got Roman, man. I got Roman. He's got to win. I think the story's,
Gotta keep
still
going.
far out. You got to go. It's months planned out, like you said, man. I just think he's on such a high. He's too close to passing more and more people. So
Oh, yeah.
he's just untouchable right now, man. He's in God mode, baby.
Yeah.
It has to be because you got WrestleMania 40 coming up. there's going to be a head between Cody and Roman. We're gonna get Cody Roman too.
That has to
For
be
sure.
And each, they're each in their path
Yeah.
to that finish line.
You got the ultimate heel and the ultimate baby face, man. They're
Well,
on a
right.
collision course, so
Well, also too, I don't know if you guys realize, but Cody in a promo, he called this everything that's happening. He said that, hey, Jimmy's going to leave you, Jay's going to leave you.
Yeah, that's
Solo's
right. I
gonna
forgot
leave you.
about that.
He
Yeah.
said, then Paul Heyman. So I think that the story that what we're seeing is that you have the Usos left, and if you looked, Solo was starting to look at Roman sometimes. At that Money in the Bank, he was really close to just calling Roman a bitch.
But-
he was like, "Yo,
right.
what are you doing?" So Solo has been looking at him. So I think that could be I think that might be the
A lot
next
of people
story.
have not
is with
paid
Solo.
attention to Roman lately, though, and in the past few months. And it's not the pay-per-view events that he's been in. It's more of these SmackDowns and Raws when he's having these one-on-one moments with his family, and he's shedding tears. He's crying on the spot, bro, and just creating a completely realism to the story. And to me, that's such a huge thing. I'm seeing more from him to kind of create more of a storyline, to make the storyline even better and better. And I thought with Sami Zayn being in the picture, that's it. It's not going to top this, and it is topping it. It's actually there still. Do I still think that Sami Zayn was a huge part of this whole story, and I loved everything about it? Sure, but that's just Sami Zayn doing what Sami Zayn does.
Yep.
And it's a shame that they're not going to be doing anything because, of course, KO is hurt. So
Yep.
that's why they're not in this, and that's why we haven't talked about them at all. But in the end, this is the difference. If he would have won.
Yeah.
When did they wrestle? If I'm not mistaken,
that was
Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, Elimination
what a,
Chamber.
What a big
Montreal.
difference! Imagine if they win,
Yeah.
because I think we touched a little bit on this. But what about the tag team champions? What do I kind of want to get? I've been really wanting to know from you guys. What do you guys think about those guys, man? You think they've done well? I don't know.
They need a feud with somebody.
And there's no feud. There's no tag team.
I tell you,
I'm loving where it's going. Or I love their characters.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I love when KO freaks out.
Freaks out. Yeah,
I think the feud for him is DIY. I think they need to reunite DIY. I know that was the rumor for SummerSlam, and it looks like, because I've seen, based on what's been happening with Ciampa lately, is he's been outnumbered.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. So I do think that Gargano is going to be the guy to probably come in and help him out.
That would be great.
He keeps being outnumbered with
Bring me back that NXT. I love that.
So and I think that right there, where you have DIY versus KO and Sammy, that right there can just. Yeah.
I know they're still trying to also figure out how to split the tag belts. They're still in the process of trying to figure it.
Just do what you did.
I know
with,
the last thing I heard was that there was talk of where Kevin Owens just freaks out and just drops one of the titles and but
why are we carrying two titles? We don't need two titles.
Right.
would you rather see them split, or would you rather see one tag team championship bounce between both brands?
rather split. I want a true brand split.
I want to
do what you did with the with Roman Reigns, right? Because he technically had two titles, and now he has the undisputed.
Great point. Yeah.
So just these are the WWE heavyweight tag team champion, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And then
you have the world tag. You can have the world tag team titles on Raw, and then you can have the WWE tag titles on SmackDown.
And that sets up a tournament. And every time WWE does a tournament, especially with a tag team, that gives more eyes to certain teams and can.
There's so many people now coming up. You got another faction coming out that we were going to talk about a little bit, and I don't know if
Yeah, absolutely. The Hurt Business 2.0.
Yeah.
It's working together. They're coming together.
Yeah.
The street business.
I loved it, man. When I saw, and Bobby has become one of my favorites. I told you when I went to that house show in Saginaw, bro.
I was so upset for Bobby not getting on WrestleMania.
I got a picture with Bobby, bro, right up close. He took my phone and took the picture. He's an amazing human being, but now that I know they're going more of the heel, this is what I wanted for Montez, right? This is what I wanted, because I know that these guys can really do a good job. Now, I don't know about the heavier set guy.
Angelo Dawkins.
Thank you so much, Angelo Dawkins.
I like him.
I know he's great, right? But I think Montez just has that it, right?
Oh, for
where
sure.
Angelo, he's always going to be that mid runner, and he needs somebody to kind of carry him, right? That's just me. That's just my opinion, right?
This could be this could be
100%
their
wrong.
way of like passing the torch from
Bobby.
Thank you. My brain just
It's
had
okay,
brain
bro.
fart.
It's
Yeah.
all right. I mean,
with Bobby, giving it
12:30 at night.
to Montez
No.
Ford. This could be their way of passing that torch to him, to Montez.
Yeah.
But I want this faction though to be a heel faction.
Yeah, for sure. It should be.
And you put Bianca into this. I mean, she could be like the absolute perfect piece in the Hurt Business 2.0.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Ronda, but Bianca can be the baddest bitch on the planet.
Yeah, man.
If they want to go that way.
Right.
So, well, boys, I think that does it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Great job as always, and thank you guys for coming out.
Thanks for
Remember,
having me.
Fly with Lotto. Stay tuned. Maybe something in the works, more wrestling based.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're in the talks now.
And Coach Carr going to rock it out this season.
Let's go.
We're gonna have a
Good
great
luck this
time.
season.
What's your guys?
guys.
You guys haven't started yet?
Monday we start.
Monday, your
Monday.
first game?
Yes, sir.
Better get these
2
kids ready
days?
to go, bro.
First practice.
Is it 2 days?
4-hour practices, so basically 2 days.
Jeez.
Well,
I miss playing football.
yeah. The glory days.
Yeah, I used to play all the time.
And
we
before
call
we
it
go,
soccer.
too, speaking of just how good the bloodline is in terms of, right, you can say this too, where a lot of the kids that we coach, they bring up the bloodline a lot.
Yeah, of course,
and
man.
so that's like,
Is that going to be one of your chants this year? You're going to make sure that everybody does the.
Yes.
We the ones, baby. I love that.
So, but like, that's a thing that, like,
I'll come over there and cheer you guys.
being a wrestling fan for the past 20 plus years, I think wrestling hasn't been as popular as it is right now.
Oh, kids are loving it. Yeah, you're right.
Kids are into
Well, if
it.
you guys make that shirt, I want a shirt like that. So
We the ones with Stevens and Titan. Come on,
I
we
love
gotta
it,
get
baby. Let's go.
There it is.
Let's go.
There it is.
2023.
Acknowledge us.
Well, thank you for joining. As always, here, subscribe and share on YouTube. Email us at FivesAweekPodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, and on TikTok. Love you all. Be good.
later.
It was-